are Funk Motorsport, your heat management specialists. Based in the UK, we strive for perfection, developing thermal products trusted by professional race teams and drivers worldwide. Performance, protection, reliability.
Tarmac Sports.
It's round 2 of the British Drift Championships 2019. Last round in Teesside saw lots of action, with the final battle between Paul Smokey Smith and Aramis Forsscallas going to one more time. Both drivers made mistakes, but with Smith getting lost in the smoke, it was Forsscallas who took the top spot. With 5 rounds remaining, the championship is still wide open. Forsscallas is back and looking to extend his lead, but with today's lineup, it's not going to be easy. Who will dominate at Driftland?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to round 2 of the British Drift Championship here at a very damp Driftland circuit in Scotland. Sarah, we just witnessed probably one of the most unpredictable and sketchiest qualifying sessions we have ever seen. Track conditions changing massively throughout. Yesterday, our Pro-Am drivers practiced all day in dry conditions. They went into the top 32 battles, and it absolutely poured down with rain. They finished off that battle in the rain. Today, the other way around, our pro drivers, they practiced all morning in the wet, and halfway through qualifying, it dried up.
It did. It's been an absolutely unbelievable morning of qualifying. Yeah, it was all right this morning. It was consistent. Unfortunately, it was soaking wet, but consistent for the drivers, so they knew what they were dealing with. And then all of a sudden, halfway through, everything just dries up. it just changed the game completely, didn't it?
It did change the game completely, and we've seen something that we've never seen before, and that was a number of zeros. We see nearly our top 24 not get completed. We nearly see so many zeros that guys weren't going to make 24 competition, and judges were saying, we had a word of our judges, they said that if a guy hadn't scored a point for qualifying, they weren't going to be allowed to run in top 24, so we would have had a bye run, and that's something we've never seen before. We see multiple zeros, zero after zero, and that track condition, as you mentioned, changed so quickly. The sun came out, the wind blew the clouds away, and it was like God had said, have some dry weather for 5 minutes, because it was phenomenal to witness.
It really was. They've struggled really very much this morning, haven't they, with the qualifying and how wet the track was. And then it got worse, really, didn't it? Because it started drying out. You ended up with a river down the side of the track, and that was really throwing people off because it was dry, wet, and that really, really challenged the drivers. Luckily, once it dried out, I think they found their feet a little bit, and some people got the scores on the board, which is exactly what they needed.
They certainly did, yeah, and we did end up with a top 24, and it looks like a very interesting top 24 at that. The weather at the moment, it is a bit blustery. The sun is out, so it does look like weather conditions are going to stay the same, and we're going to remain with the same sort of track conditions that we finished qualifying in. Friday, when we turned up, it was shorts and t-shirt weather, and you took a trip around the track with Lee Lawrence in our prime class. Tell us all about that.
That was an absolutely amazing opportunity to get out with Lee Lawrence in that car. What an experience. I mean, the track, to see it from inside the car is a whole different point of view. Even from the tower, from the drone, all the footage, it kind of looks like a flat track, and it's really, really not. When you get out there, you can see the incline going up off that straight into clip 1, and then you've got inclines all over the track, and it really, really is so much different to, I think, what most people expect out there.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people look at that track on live feed and from pictures, and they think, oh, it's a very flat track. It certainly isn't. And not only did you get out there and have a look around it, but our man on the ground, a guy that we know very, very well, Matt House, he took a walk around that track, and he's going to show us all the points, you know, of where the elevations are, the tough parts of the track to get to. So we're going to go to a quick video of our man Matt House, who's going to break down the track for you here at Driftland in Scotland.
Have you heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, we're here at Driftland. Yes, that's a purpose-built drift track just for our crazy bunch. So, on that factor, there's no point reinventing the wheel. There's already clipping points here that are used at plenty other events, so we're going to use them. But this little start line has been pulled back just a little bit. We're going to be seeing entry speeds of 70 to 80 miles an hour. Can you imagine on the motorway initiating into a drift? Actually, that sounds quite awesome. Let's go check it out. So we're here at clip 1, next to this lovely solid concrete wall. That's not plastic, that's not tyre, that's concrete. We want the drivers getting nice up and close and personal with this. Have the drivers got the balls to play with the walls? And then we have an initiation line. The drivers need to be sideways, absolutely flat to the hammer by this point. Keep an eye on them. So as we come down to clip 2, yes, down, there is a serious drop in altitude from the wall. So don't forget, those drivers are going to be on full throttle from that point. There's a couple of sneaky little bumps as we come through here that are going to catch the drivers out. Stay on the throttle, you'll end up over the bank. Come off the throttle, you'll end up in the other bank. This is going to be interesting. Okay, I'd like you to make a little note. We're at clip 3. The drivers haven't had a transition yet. This is why it's Driftland. This is awesome. Tyres are going to really come into play this weekend, so the drivers need to make sure they have their setup absolutely perfect. Also, they need to rub off all that speed from that beautiful wall. Gets a bit tight round there. So clip 4 is where things start to get interesting. Yes, I'm back up high again. I think I'm actually getting vertigo walking around this track. But see how tight it is. It gets a little bit tight and technical around here, and finally, we have a transition. Time for the other tyre to do some work as we get down to clip 5. Then we have this lovely dotted line painted by our track manager, come master chef, come many other things. I'll leave that. So yes, this is just to break up the different parts of the track as they're coming back round here, heading back to the wall for clip 1, which is actually now clip 6, and then across the line.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, and that is our man on the ground, Matt House, just giving you a breakdown of the track. Sarah, it looks like the sun is going to remain out. We had a little shower just a minute ago, but it looks like we're going to remain dry for the rest of our top 24 battles, and we're going to see a real smoke show this afternoon.
The drivers are definitely going to be hoping for a bit of dry weather and a bit of consistency, I think, on the track now, aren't they?
I think that's right, yeah, and that is it, consistency. That is what really messed up our top 24. You can see our battle tree is what we talk about. This is our battle tree now on your screen at home, or if you're in attendance, take a look across and you can see it there on the big screen. Our first battle, our Heat 1 battle will be Jason Clarke to take on Tomas Falvey. Then we've got Ricky Lawrence to take on Jedeminas Ivanushka. We've got Mark Gemmell to take on Ollie Elmore. We've got Paul Cunningham taking on Christian Birkhoffs. Yeah, our 4th place finisher yesterday. He makes it into the battles. Up next, we've got Oliver Silcock to take on Adam Simmons. Martin Cowley, the man who stood on the 3rd step of the podium, he'll be taking on Stefanov. And the man who used to run the show, David Egan, he made it into the show, and he will be taking on Hayden Cruikshank. Can Ricky Bobby take him down? Mike Wharton and Alexis Drew will round up our top 24 battles. And Sarah, I don't know about you, the wind is a little bit blustery. You're a little bit scared in the tower. You're holding on for dear life, but you know what? You're going to have to hold on, because this is going to be one hell of a ride as we enter top 24.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an absolutely epic afternoon for top 24. I can't wait to see. Let's get it going.
Yeah, let's get it going. Yeah, I've just given the thumbs up to our start line marshal Toby. He stands right in front of us, and we kind of control him. You know, once he gets the thumbs up from our judges, and he knows that those guys are ready to send battles, it's all kind of down to me. You know, I'm kind of the director. I'm kind of running the show.
You're the gaffer here.
I'm nearly the gaffer. And we're not too worried about Matt Stevenson. He says he's the gaffer. No, I'm the gaffer. I'm the man who makes the call when we can send these cars or not. So I give Toby the thumbs up, and we are ready almost to send the first battle of our top 24 here at round 2 of our pro competition, the 2019 British Drift Championship. And as I mentioned a second ago, it'll be Jason Clarke to take on Tomas Falvey. So Tomas Falvey, warmed up and ready to go. He takes a look over at Jason Clarke, gives him the thumbs up, Sarah, and these guys on the line. Business time.
They're ready to go. We've got the Nissan S15 RB25, Tomas Falvey, and Jason Clarke in the RX-71 JZ.
Yeah, so they're off the line. It will be Jason Clarke to lead out Falvey for the first battle of our top 24. This is for a place in our coveted top 16. Oh, and a big straight in there from Jason Clarke. Tomas Falvey has to back out of it. To avoid any form of contact, Jason Clarke finds himself now back on that qualifying line, and you can see that glorious sunshine dried up the track. Absolutely perfect weather conditions here now at Driftland. Both guys get into it. Jason Clarke on a very mid-line, Falvey struggling to follow.
That's a good run from Jason Clarke there. Shall we see how he fares in the opposite configuration, see if he's just as strong?
Yeah, he now has to return back to the line in the chase position, and Tomas Falvey will be leading him out. Few small errors from Jason Clarke, but nothing too drastic, you know. Well, they are off the line and ready to rock and roll, and it will be Falvey now to lead out Clarke for a spot in the top 16. Nice initiation from Falvey. Nice and deep into that outer zone 1. He's in the middle of the circuit. He's going to have to work really hard to get to 2, and he fails to make it there. Now drops down again. He's way offline. It's Tomas Falvey. He finds himself in outer zone 3. Jason Clarke hunting down the side of that Elite Autos S15 as they transition back into 5. Tomas Falvey on full throttle now as he finds that wide line. Jason Clarke, no proximity as Falvey takes it to the line and across the wall, and Jason Clarke in the middle of the circuit. Scrappy from Jason Clarke.
It was a little, yes. We've got an excellent run really from both of those, quite close. I can't call it, but that's not my job, so let's see how the judges run it.
Yeah, let's see how the judges do find it. Those guys pull back up to the start line. Our start line marshal Malks will be giving the call for our top 24, and then when we switch it around in top 16, we're going to give the decision down in front of the judging tower, in front of the crowd here that has now descended to Driftland. And there we go, decision is in. Who's going to take it through? Slide them left for Clarke, right for Falvey. Brad, Kyle and Gaz all are unanimous. Tomas Falvey, ladies and gentlemen, gets the win, and Tomas Falvey gets the win. Falvey there, thumbs up. He's happy with that result, and that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted to move it along. Dave Egan said that it would be Tomas Falvey and him battling in the final. Well, Falvey one step closer now, and we move it along to the next battle on the line. It should be a Ricky Lawrence to take on Jedeminas Ivanushka.
Well done.
Oh gosh.
It's a different test.
It is a test, a big test.
We can see Ivanushka's lining up there. R33 2JZ. against Ricky Lauren in his Nissan 2JZ. So that's quite an interesting one.
Yeah, what is the power figures on both those cars?
Well, we've got 500 for Ricky Lawrence, and Ivanushka's is a secret.
Secret amount of horsepower there for Ivanushka's. They pulled to the line, and Ricky Lawrence, the local guy, he is going to want to continue some form. He's found himself on the podium here before. Can he do it once more now in the Pro Class? They're off the line. It will be a Ricky Lawrence to lead out Ivanushka's. You can just see that initiation still wet from that earlier downpour, and we had our guys down there trying to sweep that water off the track, but it's seeping through the wall. And look at that, Ivanushka's very wide. And Ricky Lawrence on a very nice lead line, giving Ivanushka's the opportunity to get nice and close up onto the door. Good transition back. Ivanushka's sticking to that qualifying line. Ricky Lawrence just deviating away from it, but Ivanushka's very wide. He's going to fight very close to the wall as they smoke out the camera.
Ian, that looked really close to me. What do you think? Do you think someone had the edge there?
Yeah, for me, I'd say Ricky Lawrence, you know, normally the chase driver would be rewarded more of an advantage because he's in the chase position. It's nice to get close, but Ricky Lawrence had a very nice lead line right up until the end of the circuit. They were just dropped in the middle of the track. They can be very close, potentially a 5-5 for both those guys, because Ivanushka's didn't make too many mistakes, but they're on the line now. Ivanushka's to lead, Ricky Lawrence to give chase. He's going to smash it through the gears. You can see Ricky Lawrence tagged on the back bumper of that R33 Nissan Skyline. Nice and close goes Lawrence up into the rear quarter of that Nissan Skyline. Well, Ivanushka's now on the wrong qualifying line. He's going to struggle to get to 3. Ricky Lawrence backs out of it and gives him some room to manoeuvre as he then once again dials on the angle and fires the rear quarter, just tagging onto the side of Ivanushka's Nissan Skyline. Goes Ricky Lawrence. You're going to hear Ivanushka's working the car as Lawrence pushes up once again onto the door and across the line. Incredible chase from Ricky Lawrence.
Absolutely, that was absolutely incredible chase. That's probably one of the best ones I've seen so far. He was absolutely on his door, wasn't he?
He certainly was, Sarah. He brought the fight. You know, he knew that to win that battle, he had to bring that proximity and stick that car as close as he could to Ivanushka's. Looks like the judges are making their decision, and we will get that into our system. And Ricky Lawrence looking very, very strong. You can see a replay here. Look at this, even from initiation. Very nice job from Ricky Lawrence. Tags the wall almost on initiation. That very brave manoeuvre, and you can see Ivanushka said dropping down, not on that wide qualifying line. So judges just want to see now, did Ricky Lawrence or Ivanushka's, like, very shallow angle there, almost straight from Ivanushka's. But it did Ivanushka's, look, you can just see there, Ricky Lawrence looks like he may be 2 wheels off circuit, but did Ivanushka's line, did that take Ricky Lawrence off track? Look at that, you can see 1 wheel there from Ivanushka's.
And it does look like he's straightened up quite a little bit.
Yeah,
now,
very shallow angle. Important to note there, he should be dialing on angle ever so slightly there, ready to travel down the track, and a nice smooth transition. As you can see, look at that, Ricky Lawrence. You can almost not see Ricky Lawrence, he's that close to the back of that car. Look at that, almost contact. Or was there contact? Look at that, judges really utilising all the tools in their toolbox this weekend, using the replay to their advantage. You can see it absolutely froze it perfectly, perfect camera angle. And yeah, look at that, Ivanushka's almost straight as he comes into that outer zone 4. So just waiting for the judges to finish deliberating this one. We can see our judges in the tower having a little chat over our shoulders here. Our judges this weekend, our head judge Brad McQueen, followed by his good friend Gaz Taylor, and joining us in the tower for this weekend will be Carl Chisholm, a local legend and a guy who said to me last night he was on the podium once here before, so he knows how that feels to taste their champagne.
Well, that's really good for everyone to know, isn't it, that these guys, they're not just judging, they've been there, they understand it.
Yep.
Yeah. So they've got that driver's point of view as well.
Certainly have. Well, decision looks like it's come in. Slide them left for Lawrence, slide them right for Ivanushka's. Carl says, oh, it's unanimous. Look at that. Ricky Lawrence, ladies and gentlemen, gets the win.
And there's some Ricky Lawrence fans
there
in the crowd there.
I'm going to say there's a few Ricky Lawrence fans in the house. We're going to chuck that one back to the judges just to get a quick breakdown of exactly what they were talking about there, what they were deliberating on that call.
I'm on air now. So, with this run that just went through there, on the chase run, no, on the first run, which was chased by the R33 driver, he straightened behind him in between clip 1 and clip 2. That would have scored him a 10-0 in the advantage of Ricky Lawrence. After that, on the second run there, we noticed that where Ricky Lawrence was chasing his line through to clip 4, sorry. 4, sorry, yeah, as he chased him into clip 4, the lead driver straightened, therefore that would have been the advantage to Ricky Lawrence, and we made a decision to let him go through.
So there we go, Ricky Lawrence getting the win through Ivanushka straightening there. And we move on to the next battle of the day, Sarah.
Yeah, we've got Mark Gemmell, 2017 Scottish Drift Champion. And he is in the 350Z LS2 with Ollie Elmore in a Nissan Skyline R33 2JZ.
Yeah, Gemmell in that lead position. Oh, and a big straight in there. Wondered what had happened to Elmore. He was gaining a lot of speed onto the back of that 350Z there, and you could just see Gemmell not initiating. Had to re-initiate after clipping point 1 into 2. So be definitely interested to see a replay of what exactly happened there for Gemmell. As Ollie Elmore puts in a very nice chase run. Ooh, almost contact across the line there.
That was a good high-speed run with a lot of smoke there, but I think that Gemmell might have just got the advantage of a slightly neater run.
You mean Ollie Elmore, the chase car?
Yeah,
sorry.
Wrong way round.
Wrong way. We'll get there, Sarah. You're learning. There's a lot of information to take in one weekend. So sorry, even I'm stumbling now. I'm stumbling. Looks like the judges want to see a replay of this. You can see Mark Gemmell initiate. Now he goes through that patch of water. Does the car understeer? Oh, I'm not sure. It just does straighten massively, and you can see Ollie Elmore no option but to straighten, and have to re-initiate after. So judge is going to be looking at that one. Apart from that, a pretty good run from both those guys. So this is what it looks like in reverse.
Can we do that? Can we drift reverse?
No.
Oh, that would be fun. Instead of a one more time.
Instead of a one more time, just back it up.
Yeah.
Back it up and go again. So yeah, judges want to see another replay of this. You can see that nice initiation from Elmore. Starts to dial in the proximity. You can see him, he has to get out of it. And Mark Gemmell completely sacrificing clipping point 2 there, re-initiates after it. So problems with that car, potentially rearing its head. And Mark Gemmell will want to find himself a place in the top 16. Well, first of all, he needs to he needs to try and force Ollie Elmore into an error. He's in that chase position now, so all he can really do is apply some proximity and apply the pressure.
Yeah, just really hope that Ollie does make a mistake.
Well, after all the car gremlins, Ollie Elmore will take anything he can get right now, and a place in top 16 awaits. They're off the line. It will be Elmore to lead, Mark Gemmell to give chase. You can see whoa, the end plate comes off of Elmore's Nissan Skyline. And Ollie Elmore absolutely flat on a very nice line there. Nice and deep. Can he get nice and deep into outer zone 3? He certainly can. And you can see Mark Gemmell there just cutting the circuit, trying to gain that proximity. But Ollie Elmore absolutely flying at the moment. Looks like them car gremlins not rearing their ugly head at the moment. As Gemmell struggles to gain proximity, absolutely fighting with that car as they bring it across the line. Not a good run there for that chase driver.
Ollie Elmore absolutely smashing that one, but how is that going to compare when the judges have to, combine the two runs? It looks like they've got a decision in.
Well, it looks like it was a simple decision from those guys. Slide them left for Gemmell, right for Ollie Elmore. And there we go, Ollie Elmore gets the win and advances through. The Hell-sponsored driver advances into the top 16. And that one, pretty simple from where I'm standing. A straighten's not drifting, Sarah, so unfortunately you can't make it through to the top 16 when you start driving.
That's it. It's all down to, technique and performance now, isn't it? They've really got to bring it to get it through to the next section.
Certainly have, and we move along to the next battle, and that will be Paul Cunningham to take on Christian's Birkhoffs. Now, Paul Cunningham, he was the bridesmaid yesterday. He didn't manage to get on the podium. Again, second time in a row, he managed to slip out of the podium. He did qualify. So he's feeling on a high right now. He's had a lot of seat time this weekend, but he's going up against one tough competitor, Christian Birkhoffs, the Latvian. Is going to want to stick this to his door and find himself a spot in top 16. So this is going to be a hard push battle.
He absolutely is. And I mean, Birkhoffs is in over 700 horsepower car as well. And now the track's dry. He's got an opportunity to put that down against less than 500 in Paul Cunningham's car.
He certainly has as they come off the line. Almost contact there on initiation. Cunnington fires that car in. Birkhoffs, late initiation. Tries to find a side of that secret performance. S14.5. But Cunnington not on the perfect line. As you can see, Birkhoffs now toying with the back end of that S14 as Birkhoffs applies the pressure. Paul Cunnington fires that car in to outer zone 5 and tries to pull away, but Christian Birkhoffs right with him as they go across the finish line.
I can't actually see the finish line for all the smoke now.
No, not anymore. That's gone. Finish line's gone.
Put on a show for sure there. From what I've seen of Birkhoffs, I reckon he's going to be stronger as a chase driver. A lead driver.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pace inside that car. I think you're right. He's very, very fast. We see that car earlier. Like you say, nearly 700 horsepower under the bonnet of that E36 BMW. So Christian Birkhoffs, he knows. He applied the pressure in the chase. All he has to do now is try to drive away from Paul Cunnington and get the win.
Paul's really going to have to keep his cool, not just to try and keep up with him, but obviously not to sacrifice his line too much.
Exactly that, Sarah. They come off the line. It will be Christian Birkhoffs to lead, Paul Cunnington to give chase. And you can see Cunnington doing everything he can. He knows he's got to keep that momentum. And the Pro-Am driver trying to apply the pressure to the side of the Latvian right now. Oh, and he makes a big mistake in the middle of the circuit as Paul Cunnington has to get back into it. And you can see Christian Birkhoffs shallow angle trying to escape the Pro-Am driver as Cunnington now not looking too shabby behind the Latvian driver. They go nice and wide, taking it to the wall. And Christian Birkhoffs there, you know what? I think he felt a little bit of pressure from the Pro-Am driver, Paul Cunnington.
He did. I think he ruffled his feathers a little bit there.
So we're going to take a quick look at the replay, Sarah. Yeah, look at that nice snappy initiation there for Cunnington. Just fired himself into the centre of the circuit. He had to correct there, and you see, look, big error there for Paul Cunnington. I think that could be the nail in the coffin. As you see Birkhoffs, shallow angle, he's trying to drive away, trying to escape. There you go, as you see Christian Birkhoffs just sacrificing 7.6, but nevertheless a pretty sturdy lead run there from Christian Birkhoffs. And decision is in. Who's going to take it through to the top 16? One vote for Christian Birkhoffs, and there we go, 2 votes for Christian Birkhoffs, and Christian Birkhoffs takes out our Pro-Am driver, unfortunately. Paul Cunnington just not making the grade this weekend, and again knocked her out of the park for that podium.
Yeah, it's a real shame, but he has done amazingly well, hasn't he, this weekend? Like you say, he's had some brilliant seat time, and the fact that he's made it through to today to have a chance to drive against these guys, I'm sure he's more than happy with that.
Oh, he's always got a smile on his face, that's for sure. We move it along to the next battle, and that will be Oliver Silcock to take on Adam Simmons. Adam Simmons wasn't gelling with his car in the wet, but in the dry it looked like he was absolutely flying in practice. So what can we expect from the Slide Motorsport driver representing DKM?
Yeah, Simmons, I'm hoping that we do see, he drove well in round 1, and like you say, when it was drier this morning, he was really strong, so hopefully he can bring that back now.
Look at this, he tags onto the bumper of that GBH Motorsport PS13, giving Oliver Silcock some room. Oliver Silcock there just drops down. He's going to sacrifice out of zone 3. It almost catches a wheel inside that box. But Oliver Silcock again. Another driver just looking like they're trying to evade that chase driver, middle of the circuit there from Silcock. He's going to completely sacrifice 6 as Oliver Silcock finishes up the run.
It must be very difficult for the judges to actually make a decision. If you're sacrificing the line, did they take that into account then, obviously, if you're the chase driver?
Yeah, exactly that. Look, the judges will look at Oliver Silcock and say, look, he sacrificed the line to try and evade a chase from Adam Simmons. The job of the lead car is to put on a 100-point qualifying run and give the best chaseable lead run you can. Unfortunately there for Adam Simmons, he wasn't given that opportunity. Oliver Silcock sacrificed the line, shut the door on him a few times and didn't give him the opportunity to get nice and close. We have now swapped him around. It will be Oliver Silcock to chase down Adam Simmons. And look at that, onto the back bumper goes Oliver Silcock, but a big mistake from Silcock. Oh, and another mistake. Another mistake that time from Adam Simmons. Both guys reassert themselves and pull their socks up. Simmons now starting to get into the fight. But Oliver Silcock making a huge mistake on initiation. And you know what, for me, I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough for Oliver Silcock to get himself through.
Yeah, I don't know if it is, but I'm sure the judges will tell us pretty soon and we'll have a score in.
Well, pretty simple one for the judges there. They know what they want. Slide them left for Silcock and right for Simmons. And there we go, unanimous. Adam Simmons gets the win. Adam Simmons gets the win. And advances through. Pretty simple. Yeah, huge mistake there from Oliver Silcock on initiation. You know, you can't be winning a drift battle when you're driving in a straight line.
That's it. You definitely have to be a little bit sideways. It's part of the game, isn't it?
Certainly is. As we take a look back to the start line, and we can see Martin Cowley, the guy who finished on the third step of the podium yesterday in the Pro-Am class. He now warms his tyres, ready to do battle with Stefanov. Now, we haven't seen a lot of Stefanov in competition in 2019, so an unknown entity right now. But these two guys never really got the opportunity to battle at all, so this could be unpredictable.
This could be very unpredictable indeed. Stefanov this morning had issues with his car as well, so I'm really hoping that it's all going to go well for him now and it's going to run smoothly and give him a good chance at this.
Yeah, so the Bulgarian driver pulls to the line. Smoke tyres, not drugs, he says. Yeah, that's a very safe words there for the Bulgarian as they come off the line. Martin Cowley, look at fast Cowley as though he's absolutely flying. Oh, but he gets into the water. Has to dial a big angle on it. And Stefanov goes off track. Now the judges are going to want to look at that one on a replay. Did Stefanov end up in the gravel due to Martin Cowley making that big mistake? And Martin Cowley there will finish up the run. Stefanov is just going to drive that one out. Is he going to head past the tower? He is. We're just going to have a quick look at his car. His car looks like it's all ready to rock and roll again. No real obvious damage.
Now, was that a simple driver error, or has he still got niggles from earlier on?
No, I think that all comes down to Martin Cowley. You know, he initiated, he got the rear wheels in that water on that right up against the wall. He dialed on big angle, and that's not really a part of the track where you can throw that much angle at it. You know, you need to have a reserved amount of angle to make it to that clipping zone too. He had to stop drifting. Stefanov, for me, threw it in the gravel just trying to avoid any form of contact. Stefanov looks confident now, he's pulling back to the line. And maybe Stefanov knows that this could be one foot in the top 16 for him, but we don't know. We're not judges, we're just assuming Sarah right now.
We certainly are. I'm really interested to see what happens with this one.
I certainly, yeah,
like
exactly.
you say, we've not seen these two battle before.
No, we certainly haven't.
You know, and Cowley's been strong all weekend.
Yeah, can he assert himself in that pro class? As Stefanov now heads down, and Stefanov makes a huge mistake on initiation. But he does make his way out to outer zone 2 and keeps that throttle absolutely buried. Now here comes Cowley. Cowley looking for the side of that yellow and blue S13 as they come through the centre of the circuit. Nice transition back from Cowley as he makes an attempt to dive on the door. Stefanov on a very bad line, and Cowley just trying to overturn the mistake he made in the first run. Incredible stuff there from Martin Cowley.
Absolutely. I mean, that run was fantastic. The transition was so close. They look like they're attached to each other, don't they?
Yeah, it looked like there was a piece of rope just holding them together.
Absolutely. So this is, you know, with me being quite new to drifting, this is what I'm really interested in. So obviously, to a spectator, yeah, it was Stefanov that came off on the first one. But was that caused by Cowley?
Well, we're going to throw it back to the judges. That's what we're going to do. We're going to throw it back to the judges once we get this decision, and we're going to find out what exactly they see that we didn't see. Slide them left for Martin Cowley, slide them right for Stefanov. Wow, and there you go. Stefanov, ladies and gentlemen, gets the win and advances through. Martin Cowley out of competition. We're going to throw it to the judges because obviously they see maybe what I see, maybe not.
Yeah, so obviously on the lead run, massive error from Martin Cowley, and basically bringing the car to a near spin, which we decided that Stefanov was just taking avoiding action to prevent an accident. Martin Cowley did have the advantage on the second run, but overall not a great enough advantage to overturn a 10-0 from the first run, putting Stefanov through.
So there you go, all three judges in an agreement there, and Martin Cowley forcing Stefanov to go off track, and he getting the win. We move it along to the next battle of the day, and it will be
We've got Hayden Cruikshank, who's got half a back bumper there by the looks of it, and David Egan, so our Irish driver, who was trying to big himself up a little bit last night, wasn't he, in the bar?
He certainly was. He sat at the bar and he said he's going to be on the podium. Well, to get on the podium, Dave, you're going to have to beat Hayden Cruikshank right now. Egan to lead, Cruikshank to give chase, and a long initiation there from David Egan as he gets that Sunoco Racefuels Mobile 1 Drift Games 180 onto that nice qualifying line. A big mistake there from Hayden Cruikshank in the chase position. You see him locking up that front wheel. Oh, one of those contacts, and Egan straightens massively in the middle of the track. And he said earlier maybe he had a clutch issue. He didn't know there was something wrong with the car. And Egan looks like he's going to make his way back to the back of the queue. We are going to find out from our marshals exactly what is going on. Does Dave Egan need to call a 5-minute rule? Is that clutch? Is it toast? Is it finished? Is his competition over?
I hope not, because his big words last night, he needs to live up to them now, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
He said it, so come on, let's bring it on.
So as you can see, sitting on the line, we have Hayden Cruikshank. He's ready to go. We need to find out if David Egan is going to make it to the line, or does he need to call her one more time? Sorry, one more time? Call her one more time. My brain. Does he need to call a 5-minute rule? Yeah. You can see Hayden Cruikshank's car there sitting on the line, and we're going to see a replay of this now. Who made the mistake first? I did notice that Hayden Cruikshank made an error. See a nice long handbrake initiation there from Dave Egan, scrubbing a lot of speed. Judge is not going to like that. Gets out to outer zone 2, and you can see Cruikshank scrubbing speed, but look at that, Hayden Cruikshank slows down massively. And then again there, you can see that Dave Egan aborting the run. So potentially a 10-0 advantage to Egan on the first half of the run. Can his car perform a second run, Sarah?
If it does have issues, let's hope it just lasts one more, and that might just give him the result he needs.
Might just get him into that top 16. Well, here we go, off the line it will be Cruikshank to lead in Egan for a spot in the top 16. Nice initiation from Hayden Cruikshank. He stands on the accelerator. Egan makes a dive onto the back end. Both guys now, nice proximity from David Egan. Oh, and look at that. That car just giving up. And Dave Egan having to straighten. Egan's going to try to finish the run as Hayden Cruikshank fires his car across the line, and Egan. So,
That's
I mean,
a very interesting one. Two completely different runs, really, for different reasons. So, you know, he had that quite a good.
The biggest problem I think we could have. And I'm going to wait.
Okay.
I'm not going to put it out there. Slide him left for Egan. Yeah. One more time, exactly what I was going to say. Because David Egan that time made the mistake. Now, what we need to find out is David Egan's car capable? Is it fit for competition? We're going to make sure that this car is ready to go, or is he going to abandon competition? We're going to wait and find out from our marshals, and we're going to move it along to the next battle of the day, and it will be Mike Wharton to take on Alexis Drew. So just trying to find out what is going on from our marshal. So our marshal is just relaying that information down to the start line. And we're going to find out if these guys are going to run again. If Dave Egan can. Oh, and a 5-minute rule is called. And I'm taking that as called by David Egan. So they're going to make their way back to the start line. We're going to move it along to the next battle of the day, and that will be Mike Wharton to take on Alexis Drew.
We can see Mike Bolton there warming up the tyres on the S13 2JZ, and we should be waiting for now Alexis Drew. There we go, he's just pointing himself in the right direction. He knows where the track is now. In his R34 2JZ, so similar engines there, these guys.
Yeah, Alexis Drew now pulls to the line. Mike Wharton will lead. Alexis Drew to give chase. As you can see, a cool, calm, collected Alexis Drew just giving the nod to Mike Wharton. He's ready to rock and roll. And there we go, they are off the line. Drew smoking the tyres already on the back of that R34. This is Scotland, but it's not going to do him any favours. He's going to have to pedal it now. Oh, and an early initiation from Alexis Drew in the middle of the circuit, though. That's going to completely hurt his line. As Mike Wharton finds that outside line, he drops down. Nice line now to outside zone 3 goes Mike Wharton. He's on a very nice lead line at the moment. Is Mike Wharton gets nice and deep into outside zone 4, but no proximity, no fight from Alexis Drew in that Nissan Skyline. As Mike Wharton takes it to outside zone 6. Oh, almost washes into the wall. Almost contact with the wall. Takes it off track and into the grass. I just want to see a replay of the end of that run because that was sketchy from Mike Wharton. Did he DB the tyre? That's what he's going to be asking start line Marshall Melks. Look at this. Alexis Drew messed himself up straight away from the point of the start line. He smoked the tyres. He initiated too early. You see this very, very nice job from Mike Wharton. You see him just dab the handbrake again. They're just trying to set that car up nicely. Gets into outer zone 3. Very nice line from Mike Wharton here in the lead position. This is where it all kind of went wrong for Wharton. He finds his perfect line. He drops down too early though, he washes away from it and has to get back out. Look at this, he gets straightened before the finish line. So judges are going to be looking at that. Oh, do we have another 5? We do. We have a 5-minute rule. So Mike Wharton is just going to come past the judging tower. I'm going to have a quick look. Has he DB'd a tyre on the back of that Wharton Motorsport S13? Yeah, S13, and he has. Yeah. So it does look like drama here at BDC. We're just going to take another quick replay and look at this one. So there you go, look at that, almost contact with the wall from Mike Wharton. You can see that car straight, that white line, Sarah, across the track, denoting the end of the scoring zone, and drivers have to be sideways before it and after it. So, potentially...
Has that tyre DB'd before that line then? Is that what's caused him to straighten, or would that not happen?
Well, that could potentially happen. I mean, either it DB'd there, right before the wall, or it DB'd when he went off the track.
Yeah. But either way,
he was straight before the finish line. So I'm assuming that is a 10-0 advantage to Alexis Drew right now. We can't continue with competition until we get the next battle underway, and we can see from our view over. We're watching this from a monitor, and the judges are seeing it from 2 views. They're watching it in real time. They're looking out of the front of the gazebo here on top of the BDC van. They're watching it in real time, and then the parts of the circuit where they're actually blinded, where the smoke blinds them or where they disappear, especially here in the middle of the circuit, there's a pond. When the cars disappear over there, they take a look over, they see on their monitor, they can see the live stream, and they're watching the camera angles, and they're judging it from 2 different aspects. They're judging it from real time and on the monitor, and using the monitor for the replays as well. We're just talking about it, what you guys see on the big screen or at home on live stream. So we only really get one view of it, unfortunately.
We do. We can see a little bit of it here,
I just took a look
mainly
over.
Just off a monitor, so it's quite difficult to see some of the turns and transitions there.
Yeah, so I can see over the monitor and over towards the start line, I can see David Egan and Hayden Cruikshank making their way back to the start line. Can Egan's car put in 2 more runs? So it does look like we are ready to go with the one more time battle. It will be David Egan to lead out Hayden Cruikshank, and David Egan in that Sunoco Race Fuels 180SX is going to be hoping that car holds together for 2 more runs. Oh, and a big handbrake drag again from Egan, but he's very wide. He's very wide. Oh, and contact from Hayden Cruikshank as he drives straight into the side of Dave Egan's car. And that's not very sportsmanship, is it, Sarah?
It's not. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose, but he drove into him at the end of the day, so that is not what we want. Dave doesn't look too happy about that.
No, I'm not surprised. Not surprised. That car was immaculate before he turned up this weekend, and he's put it on the wall. He's had guys trying to put tyre marks on the door, and now Hayden Cruikshank said, "Get out of the way, buddy. I want to come through." So he will not be impressed at all with that. David Egan, and we see there our start line Marshall Welks just repairing the damage. Look at that, the damage taken onto the front of Hayden Cruikshank's car. A big impact. Didn't look that hard, but it's quite a big impact there. So it does look like we are going to remove the bumper off of Hayden Cruikshank's car. The front bumper, sorry, not Hayden Cruikshank's car. Not much left of it now. He took the back bumper off earlier in practice.
He did, and now he's took the front as well.
So there you go, a useful little bit of information being fed into our headset, Sarah. The rear tyres at the moment are hitting 89 degrees Celsius after a run. So they're getting some serious tyre temperatures out there, especially out the perfectly dry circuit.
Yeah, that is nothing to be sniffed at all, and it does really make you think how much tyres are important in each run. People think that you don't really need grip with drifting, but it is really, really important, which is why you see the guys warming the tyres up at the beginning.
I just see our start line marshal there, Malk's just removing the rear bumper off of Dave Egan's 180SX with his foot. When he's zip tied on, these panels only zip tied on, so easy to remove, especially when you run it along a concrete wall. We are ready to rock and roll in the second half of the run against David Egan and Hayden Cruikshank. It will be now Egan to chase down Cruikshank. And off the line they go. Hayden Cruikshank, battered and bruised. But he's going to put in a run, no doubt. Can Dave Egan hold it together? As he now looks to gain some proximity, looks like he could have an advantage and find himself in the top 16 if he could just make a clear past the circuit. Oh, and Egan falls back massively. Good transition back though. Egan sticking to that qualifying line. Oh, and he straightens again. David Egan straightens again as Hayden Cruikshank finishes up the run.
Maybe Egan's clutch just can't take any more.
We can't go a one more time, but potentially that could be a one more time.
That could be a one more time situation. But the judges have got to make a decision, and it looks like they
certainly have, yeah. Slide them left for Egan, slide them right for Hayden Cruikshank. And there we go, Hayden Cruikshank gets the win and advances through to the top 16. And David Egan bows out of competition right there. So it does look like we have got the next battle on the line ready to go, and it will be the second half of the battle between Alexis Drew and Mike Wharton. Mike Wharton calling that 5-minute rule there to change that tyre on the back of his car after a DB'd. And now Alexis Drew will lead and Mike Wharton will give chase. So don't forget, in the first half of the battle, a mistake from Wharton. Looked like he straightened before the finish line. Look at that. Oh, and what is Alexis Drew doing? Completely initiating the run part of the circuit and completely throws Mike Wharton off. As now Mike Wharton struggles to get that car where he needs it to be on the side of that G3 Pro Nissan Skyline R34. As Alexis Drew now finds himself back on that good qualifying line, gives the opportunity for Wharton to get Dora Nora, and Wharton takes the opportunity and pushes right up on the side of Alexis Drew as they go across the line. Very, very strange there from Alexis Drew.
Yeah, it was a really late initiation. He completely missed the line, didn't he? So is that going to really completely damage his score, or does it just knock him down a little bit?
That's really going to hurt his score, you know. It was in the middle of the circuit, he failed to get out of zone 1, and do you know what, I wouldn't like to judge that with the questionable part there of Mike Wharton straightening before the finishing line, and with Alexis Drew there failing really to initiate in the right part of the circuit. As you can see, look, gets that car sideways, he had to correct it, and finds himself very much in the middle of the track. Does get himself online though, but that's a huge error for Alexis Drew.
This is clearly a more difficult one to judge. The judges have requested some frame by frame. It's really great that we can actually see this. I mean, without that, you know, they run the risk of making, you know, the wrong decision. It's great that they can see the frame by frame and actually make sure they are, you know, putting the right call out.
Yeah, exactly that. Look, these guys have got one of the toughest, most unrewarding jobs in the tower, and I've done judging before, and a few of us guys have sat around together and spoke last night and said that judging, like we say, is the most unrewarding, unforgiving and unthanked job that there is. All these guys get is constantly, asked questions about why did the decision go one way or another, so they're trying to use as much information as they can to make the correct decision and put the right guy through in competition. And I can see them just deliberating in the corner there. Do they have a decision? Who is going to take the final spot in our top 16? Slow slide them left for Mike Wharton, slide them right for Alexis Drew. Oh, and it's a one more time for Gaz. Oh, and there we go, a one more time. It will be a one more time. So judges unable to split them. And we're going to go one more time. So it does look like these guys are ready to rock and roll, no messing around. They pull straight back to the line. So Mike Wharton now leads Alexis Drew to give chase. And we always get a good battle once these guys have battled before because they felt each other out. And again, Alexis Drew smokes the tyres off the line. Not sure why he's doing that. He's losing himself so much ground on initiation. And giving Mike Wharton the opportunity to drive away, but Mike Wharton, big understeer moment in the middle of the track there. He had to completely recorrect. Now puts the power down and looks to drive away from Alexis Drew, but Alexis Drew now starting to rein in the Wharton Motorsport S13 as Mike Wharton just about manages to get out to that wide line, but sacrifices 6. And a scrappy, very, very scrappy lead there, but Alexis Drew making that same mistake off the start line, Sarah.
He is. He just seems to be, spinning the wheels a little bit on the start line and losing the proximity really to Walton.
Yeah, exactly. Look, you need to be on the back bumper on initiation, and judges said the only way you're going to win a battle in top 16, top 24 is if your front bumper is almost touching the back bumper of that lead car. Because as soon as that lead car initiates, you need to initiate to get onto the door and trust that lead driver. You need to push on him, make sure you get good proximity all the way around. And Alexis Drew, for me, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's got a grip issue. I don't know if he's just pedaling the car a little bit or he just can't put the power down. But for me, that guy's been driving a long time. He should be able to get off that start line nice and clean.
That's it. So maybe that does signify that there's an underlying issue causing, that maybe there is a grip issue, like you say. But yeah, he does need to be really a lot closer, doesn't he?
He certainly does, and he's not going to win that battle with a huge gap between it like that. And we go back to the start line, and you can see Mike Wharton now to give chase, and Alexis Drew to lead. And this is the final battle. This is the final run of our top 24. And then we will head into our top 16 parade and our top 16 battles. And yeah, again, look at that. We're just having a quick replay. Judges want to see a replay there of what exactly went on. You can see there Wharton a wheel off track. As the wind now starts to pick up, Sarah, and the tent on top of the van looking a little bit blustery.
It's getting a bit sketchy up here, isn't it?
It's fine.
I think we're all going to have to hold it down.
It's fine, it'll be alright. I feel like Mary Poppins, not Mary Poppins.
Yeah, it was Mary Poppins with her umbrella.
That's the one. Yeah. Hold on to it as we all drift across the track, literally. So we get the thumbs up in the tower, we are ready to go. And it will be now Alexis Drew to lead in. Mike Wharton and Alexis Drew. Off the start line, can he get a clean initiation? He needs to be nice and close to the wall. Just about makes it to out of zone 1. Mike Wharton there, a little wobble in the middle of the track. Alexis Drew looking very nice at the moment, though. But look at the proximity from Wharton as he dials out of it. Makes a dive again in the middle of the track. That's a big handbrake drag from Wharton. As Mike Wharton tries to apply the pressure, comes through the smoke and dives once again up onto the door of Alexis Drew. And they take it across the line.
That transition was probably one of the closest I've seen, I think, there. I thought he was going to get him.
I thought that was contact. I thought there was going to be contact.
I definitely thought there was going to be contact there.
Just going to put it out there. It's got very windy in the last 5 minutes.
We're rolling around up here, aren't we? It's that windy. I'm getting seasick.
Well, you only have to take a look at when the live stream camera pans to a wide shot. You'll see there's a 720 flag, a Driftland flag, in the middle of the circuit. That thing is nearly flat with the grass. It's that windy.
We're going to be flat with the grass in a minute if this wind keeps going the way it
Fine.
is.
We've got insurance. What more do we need to worry about?
Don't say insurance in front of the boss. He doesn't need that kind of paperwork.
So both guys on the line. Look at that. You can see Alexis Drew there looking at the replay on the live stream on his phone, looking back at what exactly went down. Oh, look at that, almost contact. Or was there contact?
I think
there was contact there, yeah. Well, decision is in. Who is going to take it through? Look at that, straight away. Gaz says Alexis Drew. So does Carl. Alexis Drew gets the win. Alexis Drew gets the win and advances through to the top 16. And that, Sarah, is it. That is our top 24 done and dusted. That means we have a top 16 ready to rock and roll. And in a couple of minutes' time, we'll bring that battle graphic up for you on your screen. So you guys here in attendance can see it on the big screen, and you guys at home, and there we go, look at that. It will be Willie Hanna to take on Tomas Falvey. It will be Martin Monacot to take on Ricky Lawrence. It will be Hugh Savile to take on Ollie Elmore. Alistair Sutton to take on Christian's Birkhoffs. Robin Neeson to take on Adam Simmons. It will be Oliver Evans to take on Stefanov. And it will be Aramis Forsscallas to take on Hayden Cruikshank. That's going to be a good battle. And it will be Oliver Bolton to take on Alexis Drew. Some very interesting battles there lining up.
Definitely. There's going to be some really exciting stuff going on out there in this top 16.
So we are just going to take a few moments to get our drivers prepped, and then we will be back here at round 2 with our top 16 parade. And we are going to go for a quick break, Sarah, and we're going to hand it to our man on the ground, Matt House, who walked around earlier and took a look at some of the tyres these guys are using in competition.
So in the BDC, we have to have E-mark tyres. They have to be road legal tyres. Same as you put on your car at home and you drive on the motorway and everywhere, basically. But there is some companies out there that are now making drift tyres. Still E-marked, so you can buy them for your road car, but they have a tougher sidewall. So when those drivers are initiating or going into the corner and loading all that weight up on the sidewall of the tyre, it's not rolling over. But then we have a nice, soft and sticky centre to get that grip down. So, see, obviously we're having to fix things here. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I went off track and because of the paddle I hit probably some water, get into some electrical system, and the car is misfiring now and doesn't start.
Okay, so water's just got in the system, just cut all the electrics and just no power?
Yeah, I think it hits the ECU or something, because we are trying to fix it before qualifying, which is like in a half an hour or something.
That's plenty of time. You can build a car in half an hour, surely.
Yeah, this is what we do before the rounds. We build the whole car in half an hour, so it's plenty of time.
Awesome. Well, we hope to see you back out. Good luck in qualifying.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Matt down there just getting the know-how behind the scenes of what these tyres are these guys are running. And do you know what? I don't want to say it. But I reckon rain could be on the way.
Don't say the words. We've had enough of rain this weekend already. We definitely don't want rain to start halfway through anything, because we're going to have a dry, patches are dry, patches are wet, and we're going to have the same carnage we did earlier on.
Well, yeah, exactly. We'll end up with a very, very patchy track again, and unpredictable weather conditions. I've had to put my coat on. I'm not going to be too brave to say I am freezing again. It's got very, very cold. Yeah, the temperatures dropped massively here at Driftland,
and we don't get
look at that, 23 degrees track temperature, air temperature 14 degrees, so it's dropped massively in the last couple of minutes. Sun's out though, it's 5 miles an hour. It's definitely not 5 miles an hour wind speed up here in this tower. So it does look like, from my view in the tower across to the back of the track here, that we are almost ready to run our top 16 parade. So as you can see there, our top 16 drivers just getting in their grid in order, ready to come down and put on a show and just do some a quick little run through with us here, and me and Sarah are going to have a chat with them. We're going to fire it back to our man Matt House, who had a chat with our head judge, Brad McQueen, the man with the hardest job in the tower.
So we're here with head judge Brad McQueen, just to go over a few of the little rules of the weekend, just to keep the drivers in check. So Brad, this is a fast track.
Yeah, extremely fast. The drivers are going to really put on a show with the speed of the entry on this track. It's just one of them tracks that flow and it's fast and it's exciting. So yeah, it's a really fast track.
Awesome. And you don't want drivers to obviously be getting wheels off and going off all over the place. So, but you're gonna allow them one wheel off in places, but two wheels is a definite no-no.
Yeah. So basically, as you can see on the track at the moment, there's white lines that have been painted by the team. These white lines signify where the track is on the black tarmac and isn't. One wheel off the track would actually damage their points very slightly. Two wheels off the track, as far as we see it, if that was a wall, they would have clashed. Yeah. Exactly.
So, sort of self-explanatory, really.
Yeah, exactly.
And another thing that obviously you want to spice it up with, obviously keeping the speed and being a nice fast line through here. You don't want to see no major wand action, do you? Which obviously is pulling the handbrake.
Yeah, so excessive use of the handbrake, the e-brake, the wand, or whatever way you want to call it these days. We see that as by dragging on the handbrake as such is a lazy way of drifting, a very amateur way of drifting. It's something we saw back in the early 2000s. It's not really something we see in professional drifting now. So we'd rather see drivers be more technical by using other means like left foot braking. I don't know whether anyone at home's tried that before.
So left foot braking, obviously we've maybe heard it in stuff like rally and stuff like that, but do you want to explain that a little bit to the guys at home?
Yeah, so with left foot braking it means that the vehicle isn't being scrubbed off of its speed by just locking the rear wheels. It means that you're actually able to settle the car more progressively by using the foot brake, which is more control. You have more control of the foot brake than you have the handbrake, it's either on or off. So left foot braking is a very technical way of driving for the drivers, and to us as judges, we like to see them really excel in their technical ability in driving.
And again, obviously, just so the guys at home understand, obviously when they're left foot braking, obviously with a brake bias, I mean some drivers are obviously running just purely on the brake pedal, just front brakes, but on a natural brake bias you'd be looking at sort of 70-30 brake distribution, so you're really loading up that front end so you can keep obviously on the power with the right foot.
Yeah, correct. So when you're left foot braking, in fact it's a good way of settling the car, because as you left foot brake the weight goes to the front of the vehicle a little bit more, therefore you can still settle it and keep on power. And it just makes a smoother line, but we don't want to see excessive left foot braking throughout the track, because that would be a hard car to be chased. So the main theory behind qualifying as a judge and in competition driving at this level is that we need the drivers to be able to complete a 100-point qualifying run, so it's a good line for the chase driver to chase. Therefore we get the perfect battles, and everyone, you guys at home especially, witnessing the best drifting you can see in the UK.
But that's also what I love about you as a judge, you're really getting that sort of criteria to get them awesome battles in the competition, and it just makes great TV. So yeah, let's see some action.
Yeah, definitely, looking forward to it.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, and that is exactly what our judges are up to this weekend. It does look like we are ready to send our guys down from our start line. We're just going to bring these guys down in their battle format. Just have a quick chat about these guys and give you guys in the crowd some information. And we want you guys here to get involved, so we want you to make some noise. If you've got a driver that you're supporting here this weekend, make sure you give them a cheer, make sure you wave to them. These guys obviously pouring their heart and souls into these cars and doing everything they can to be here this weekend. So it does look like we are sending down the first battle of our top 16. It will be a Willie Hanna, your first place qualifier, to take on Tomas Falvey.
We've got Falvey in the S15 RB25. He's rocking 650 horsepower. We've got Willie Hanna. He's only got 300 horsepower, so it's a completely different beast altogether.
It certainly is, but Willie Hanna been on form this weekend. He topped the podium yesterday. He took first place qualifying in Pro-Am. He topped the podium yesterday in Pro-Am, and today he topped qualifying. Willie Hanna on an absolute flyer at the moment, but now weather conditions changing. Could that be awkward for Willie Hanna? Give him a wave, ladies and gentlemen. Tomas Falvey there in that Elite Autos Drift 2 Motorsport immaculate S15. And our start line marshal there on the bonnet of that car, give him a wave and a round of applause. That guy standing out in all forms of weather. So ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your first battle of your top 16. It will be Willie Hanna to take on Tomas Falvey. So up next, the next battle of the day will be, as my paperwork flies out of my hand and across the commentary tower, it will be Martin Monacot to take on Ricky Lawrence. Any Ricky Lawrence fans in house? Look at that, Ricky Lawrence, no messing around, already putting some damage onto the side of Martin Monacot's Toyota Chaser there. Martin Monacot qualifying way up the order in 8th place. Well, I say way up the order, that is high up the order compared to what we had, but just about made it into that top 16, top 8 without having to do a battle. So Ricky Lawrence and Martin Monacot, make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Lawrence and Martin Monacot. Up next, the next battle, it will be Hugh Savile. Hugh Savile to take on Ollie Elmore. Ollie Elmore, this guy's suffering numerous problems in this Hell Performance R33 Nissan Skyline, but all of a sudden the sun shines on Ollie Elmore and he has a turn of fate. Hugh Savile, that Pro-Am driver, finishing up yesterday on the second step of the podium, finds himself in a top 16 in Pro, and now facing off against Ollie Elmore. So next battle on their way down in front of the crowd, it will be Alistair Sutton, your 5th place qualifier, to take on Christian's Birkhoffs. Two very, very different cars. Alistair Sutton in that S14 BMW 4.4 V8 under the bonnet. Christian's Birkhoffs to that supercharged LSX. And the Latvian to take on the Essex driver. But don't be fooled, Alistair Sutton is definitely no one to be messed with. As you can see, Christian's Birkhoffs making that journey all the way over from Latvia in that incredible Drift 4U E36 BMW. Up next, we've had Robin Neeson to take on Adam Simmons. So Adam Simmons, the guy who looked very, very sketchy in practice and qualifying, said he just couldn't get used to that car. Well, he made it work and he made himself a spot in the top 16. He will take on Robin Neeson, your 2nd place qualifier. Neeson sticking that fleet cool 2JZ 180SX to the wall. And just pipped to the post by qualifying by Willie Hanna. Make some noise, Driftland, for Robin Neeson and Adam Simmons. So up next we will see Oliver Evans take on Stefanov. Stefanov getting that lucky win into the top 16. Well, he has a point to prove as he takes on the Welshman representing VP Racing Fuels. Ollie Evans there, Stefanov. I thought he broke the car then for a second, but no, arm out the window, giving a wave to the crowd. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Stefanov. Up next we will see the Lithuanian lunatic Aramis Forsscallas take on Ricky Bobby himself, Hayden Cruikshank. He's not scared to put his car on the wall or on the door. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Aramis Forsscallas and Hayden Cruikshank. You see Forsscallas there out of the door of that E46 BMW, that powerful force, a Lipkov Auto E46 BMW. And that guy, your current championship and points leader, Aramis Forsscallas, going to be looking to top the podium once again here at round 2. But first of all, he has to go through Hayden Cruikshank. And the final battle of our top 16 will be Funk Motorsport's very own Oliver Bolton to take on G3 Pro's very own Alexis Drew. Ollie Bolton, first round back in the BDC for 2019. And a brand new build for Bolton, absolutely blowing it away in qualifying in 6th place. A very good drive for that young guy. And that is it, Sarah. That rounds up our top 16 battles, and I am excited to get this kicked off.
So am I. There's going to be some really, really exciting battles. I wish there was more than 8, really, but it is what it is. Let's get them out there and see who's going to win.
Well, yeah, no messing around. We are just going to wait to get the all clear from all of our track staff up here in the tower. You can just see Hayden Cruikshank make his way back off track. Some of these guys are probably going to go back to the pits and just wait it out, because it does look like the weather could change. I don't want to curse it.
We will blame you now.
You can blame me, it's
just
fine.
saying.
I blamed numerous people yesterday for the weather. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you could just see Tomas Falvey there getting strapped in to the Elite Auto Drift 2 Motorsport S15, preparing himself for battle against Willie Hanna, your first place qualifier. And if anyone's got a task on their hand right now, Tomas Falvey has. Willie Hanna's been the man that has been unstoppable this weekend.
He literally has been, he's the guy we say, he's part of his car. He is one and machine.
He's just gelled with it. He's gelled with it completely. And you know what? It's such a turn of fortune from round 1 of the British Championship at Teesside just a couple of weeks ago. Willie Hanna having massive issues with that car. He said, you know what? I'm done with drifting. I'm going to put the car in a bin. I'm going to give up. I'm going to go on holiday. I'm going to enjoy myself. His friends got around him and they said, no, don't do that. We know you can drive that car. We know that you've got it in you to do well. And he went away. They reworked that car. They did a little bit of extra time on it. Look at that. They turn up at round 2. They qualify first. They win the event. They qualify first again. What a weekend. So it does look like we are almost ready to kick it off here in our top 16 at BDC round 2. And so, just getting some information from our track marshal, we are going to give these guys a practice run. Now, normally we don't do that. These guys get enough seat time throughout the weekend, but we gave our top 24 drivers the opportunity to just have a test run on the track, because the weather conditions were so different from qualifying and practice to battles now. We're giving them an opportunity to just do a single run. And you might say, well, some of these guys have already had a run. Well, we have to be fair for everyone, and we're going to give the guys that qualified inside that top 8 the opportunity to just feel the track out as well. So we know what we're getting, they know what they're getting out of us, and we're going to see that right now. So it will be a practice run for these guys. These guys are going to get a little test run. It won't be a twin battle, they will be separate. And you can see Willie Hanna there. Look at that, no messing around, straight onto the wall goes Willie Hanna. So there you go, one practice run in the bag and ready to go.
That's Martin Monacot and Ricky Lawrence off for their practice run also.
So yeah, as you can see, Martin Monacot just going out for his practice run, and Ricky Lawrence there. He already knows the track surface, he already knows what he's dealing with, but these guys will take any seat time they can. We spoke about this yesterday, Sarah. Practice is tenfold in this sport, and the more times you're behind the wheel, the more you become adjusted to it, and the more you become, you know all the little kinks of the car. And one person that we know who's gelled with his car massively over this weekend is Willie Hanna.
He certainly has, and I'm sure he'll be grateful for that extra practice run there, ready for his next battle.
So making our way through, almost halfway through these guys now. As you can see, Christian's Birkhoffs pull into the line. And yeah, only fair that we give these guys a practice run. Like I say, track conditions so difficult earlier that the staff here and the management said it's only right that we give these guys the opportunity to test the track. They haven't driven on a completely dry track today or yesterday, so they wanted to go out there and they wanted to test it out and they wanted to feel what they're going to get from the car. I could just see Robin Neeson's car there getting a bump start down at the bottom half of the circuit. Hope that Robin Neeson is going to be able to put on a top 16 battle for us. Our second place qualifier. Could he be in trouble already? And the water there that just comes out of the water, that initiation point, that clipping point 1, is just deadly.
It is. I mean, you don't really want to hit that at the wrong speed or the wrong angle because it could completely change your line, and then that messes you up for the next section.
It certainly does indeed. So while these guys run through, we're just going to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Tarmac Sports, Help Performance, who are in the pits now offering some free help to all of our drivers. OBP Motorsport, Yellow Speed, Slide Motorsport, AM Details, you can actually buy some of their products down in the BDC merchandise tent. Funk Motorsport, MTEX Brakes, Samco Sport, Simpson, Competition Clutch, Corbo Seats. So without those guys, none of that would be possible. And don't forget, if you are cold, if you're feeling a little bit chilly, you can always get down to the British Drift Championship merchandise tent. Go down there, see Lauren and the girls. They have got limited edition t-shirts for round 2, featuring Martin Monacot's very own car, Domination, on the front of it. Very, very nice t-shirt. Get down there, get that limited edition t-shirt. Also, grab yourself a program, limited edition, only available at each round of the championship. If that's not enough for you, you can pop next door to the Driftland shop, grab yourself some Driftland merchandise. And if that is still not enough for you, well, you can head into the paddock area to David Egan's pit area, where the Drift Games guys have set up their own shop and they've got all of their merchandise there. You can go over there, grab yourself some Drift Games merchandise, and right next door to that, Wharton Motorsport have got all of the goodies for your performance vehicles. So don't forget to get out there, check out all those guys, products they've got for sale, spend some of that hard-earned money.
Everybody should be going away looking pretty fly from this weekend. There's so much cool merch out there.
So much cool merch out there for sale. And the beanies, Sarah, I noticed you've got yours on today. I still haven't got one. I don't know what's happened. I don't know how I haven't been allowed one. This is just outrageous.
Too slow.
It's too slow to get one. Yeah, I'm even getting a smile from the governor as if to say, you're not getting one now. Definitely not getting one now.
Too late.
It's too late.
They are warm. They are so warm, Cody.
Yeah, get yourself down there to the BDC merchandise tent. See Nicola and the girls and Loza. They will hook you up with some cool BDC merch. And as you can see, the last couple of cars coming off the line. Oliver Bolton in that Funk Motorsport S13. Just going to be testing out the grip. Get nice and close to the wall, and you can just see there the water on the circuit messing up Bolton. Closely followed by the Lithuanian Lunatic, and that is how he absolutely gets the win. The smoke coming from the back of that E46 BMW is just insane. So, Sarah, that's it. That is it, done. They've all had a practice run. They all know what they're doing. It's time to kick off top 16.
Let's do it. I can't wait.
We can't just kick it off like that. No chance. No way. I'm not kicking off top 16 like that.
Not good enough. Right.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Before we kick off top 16, I need Scotland to make some noise. Now, I said yesterday that Scotland were the best at making noise. Scotland, are you good at making noise? That's close. Well, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I reckon we can do better than that.
What did you just say?
I reckon they can do better than that.
You reckon they could do better than that? You don't sound too confident
They're
with
a
it.
little bit too quiet.
They were louder yesterday and it was raining. And I mean, it was really raining. So you said yesterday that they were louder in the rain.
Yeah. We're getting towards the grey, eh?
It's dry now. The sun's out. Scotland, make some noise! Now that's what I'm talking about.
That's more like
That is more like it. And I said this. I said I travel all the way up the country, and sometimes I think to myself, after 7 hours of sitting in my car on my own, I say, what am I doing? But you know what? When I hear that cheer and I see this track on full potential, the goosebumps on my arms raise up, and I think that's why I come to Driftland, because these guys, they know how to rock the party. Off the line, the first top 16 battle is go. It will be Tomas Falvey to chase down your first place qualifier, Willie Hanna, for a spot in the Grade 8. in the middle of the circuit. This is not a good line for Willie Hannah right now. Tomas Falvey backs out of it and gives him some room to move. As now Falvey looks down the side of that tarmac Sports R33 Skyline and says, buddy, where are you going? Because I'm coming for you. As he fires that Elite 2 motorsport up onto the side of Willie Hannah and pushes him across the line. Scotland, give him a round of applause.
Fantastic push from both drivers there, but that was not the line that Willie Hannah needed. He's been so strong all weekend, and that is not quite what I expected there.
Very, very uncharacteristic there of Willie Hannah. I'm not sure if there was a problem with that car or he just felt a little bit intimidated. You know, look, this guy's a Pro-Am driver. He qualified first yesterday. That was a big weight on his shoulders. He won the event. He's stood tall on that podium. Now he tops qualifying here in the Pro class. He has got to prove himself. What has he got as they come off the line? It will be Hannah to chase down Falvey for a spot in the Grade 8. He's on the back bumper. Falvey almost contact, but he backs out of it. As Falvey puts the hammer down and starts to pull away from Willie Hannah now. Looks for the outside zone. Tomas Falvey on a very nice qualifying line. But Willie Hannah says, I am not going down without a fight, as he looks for the side of that S15. And one last push from Willie Hannah as they come all the way to the wall and across the line.
You just said, what do you come for drifting for, Ian? That kind of battle right there is what everybody's here for.
Wow, that's how you kick off a top 16. That is exactly how you kick off a top 16. I can't sit still. I'm excited about this, Scotland. I'm jumping around like I have drunk too much Excite energy drink, and I think I have. Maybe just a little bit too much Excite energy drink. We're going to bring those guys down in front of you, in front of our judging tower. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for Willie Hannah and Tomas Falvey, and we are going to give you the decision. Slide them left for Willie Hannah, slide them right for Tomas Falvey, who takes a spot in the Grade 8. One vote for Falvey. Falvey gets the win. Tomas Falvey takes out your Pro-Am winner from yesterday. But give Willie Hannah a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. What a drive from that young guy. Sarah, incredible stuff. Judges, we're just going to quickly fire it back to you. Judges, that is how you kick off. That is how you kick off top 16. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Words from our Judge Gaz Taylor there. We move along to the next battle of the day, and it will be Martin Monacot to take on Ricky Lawrence. The Pride of Devon to take on the Pride of Scotland right now. And off the line they come. It will be Monacot to lead out Lawrence for a spot in the Grade 8. And onto the back bumper goes Ricky Lawrence. No messing around. Straight to business. Oh, look at that, onto the door goes Ricky Lawrence. Just gets out of it and again makes one more dive as he now pushes up to the side of that Pro Drift Academy Toyota Chaser. And again, oh, look at that little nudge. Oh, and more contact. More contact again as Ricky Lawrence tries to take apart Martin Monacot's car, and they finish up the run. Monacot pulls off to the edge of the circuit, and Martin Monacot taking an absolute pounding from Ricky Lawrence, Sarah.
Hopefully the car isn't too damaged and we can go for another run, but that was quite a big impact. The marshals are just running across the track picking up bits of car that have strewn everywhere.
So there we go, we're going to look at a replay. Sarah, talk us through it.
So we can see just how close Ricky Lawrence is actually getting there. He's not really giving much room at all. I almost thought there was contact at this point as well. And he's well and truly on the dot, and then that was it. He just got that little tap, and he's tried to still carry on with the initiation, but Monacot had slowed down and got in his way, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what way the judges are going to look at that. I mean, are they going to look that Ricky Lawrence impeded Martin Monacot's line there? You know, Ricky Lawrence should have preempted that Martin Monacot wanted a transition at some point around that edge of the circuit. So he was too close for comfort there. Ricky Lawrence, judges going to be saying maybe Ricky Lawrence's fault. Monacot straightened though, so we'll see how that one plays out. We will throw that one back to the judges, because again, another interesting decision. But now we swap them around. It will be Ricky Lawrence to lead out Martin Monacot. Is Martin Monacot going to repay the favour? Is he going to put a tyre mark on the Scotsman's door? Well, only one way to find out. They're off the line. Lawrence to lead out Monacot for a spot in the Grade 8. And here we go. Big separation. big separation in his broken car from Martin Monacot. As Ricky Lawrence fires that car in, we're going to have to red flag this at some point. And there we go, a red flag as Monacot takes that car off track. And that is the run over Sarah. Fireworks already, just run 2 in top 16.
I told you this bit was going to be carnage, didn't I? And it really is. How they judge that, it must be so difficult to judge actually how that situation was caused, because on the outside it looks like that was completely down to Ricky Lawrence, but was it actually?
Look, there could be some underlying problems there with Martin Monacot's car. We're going to get him back down in front of the judging tower, where we will give away the decision. And yeah, definitely one we're going to have to hear from our judges, because just too much there for me or you to call. I wouldn't even want to try and call that one.
No, I don't want that kind of responsibility. The judges can keep that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as they pull up in front of the tower, give them a round of applause for Ricky Lawrence and Martin Monacot, literally taking their cars apart for your entertainment. We wait for the score to drop in for our judges.
Ricky Lawrence as well, 2017 Pro-Am Fans Driver of the Year.
Yeah, Fans Driver of the Year. That guy, he's got a lot of fans. A lot of fans.
He does have a lot of fans. I can hear the cheers every now and again.
Well, the judges are deliberating this one. We got any Ricky Lawrence fans in the house? Told you.
There's a few of them then.
We got any Martin Monacot fans in the house?
It's pretty even keel.
Who thinks Ricky Lawrence got the win? Who thinks Martin Monacot got the win? Who wants to see him do it one more time? Well, the score is in. Oh, one more time. It's going to be a one more time. Well, they're going to go at it a one more time. Judges, we are going to have to talk to you. Guys, that was pure and utter carnage.
I've not done one today.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on. Okay, so in the first run, we got a 10-0 for Monacot. Ricky Lawrence, amazing chase driving from 1 to 3, but then he just got a little bit too close, coming out of 4 into 5, and he didn't let Monacot transition, so that was a 10-0 in favour of Monacot. And then on the second lap there, unfortunately for Monacot, he didn't do any drifting, so that goes a 10-0 the other way to Ricky Lawrence, which means it goes a one more time.
So there we go, a 10-0 and a 10-0 means there's only one way to do, and that's go one more time. We're going to give those guys an opportunity to go back to the pits, try and fix some damage on their cars and get them ready to rock and roll, and we're going to move it along with the next battle of the day, and that will be Hugh Savile to take on Ollie Elmore.
Hugh Savile, 2017 RDC champion.
Yeah, Hugh Savile.
Ollie Elmore.
And I do believe Hugh Savile coming from some rallying history, rallying background as well. So that guy, a demon behind the wheel, he knows what he's doing. Ollie Elmore, right now, this is the weekend that he has been looking for. He's finally found a little bit of fortune in that Nissan Skyline, that Hell Performance Nissan Skyline. He's thinking, please just do it for me. Just get me into that Grade 8, get me into that Final 4. Well, before he does that, he's got to go through the Pro-Am driver of Hugh Savile. They're off the line. Savile to initiate, nice and wide to the wall, very wide. And look, Ollie Elmore, that car hold it together, but a wobble there from both drivers as they come out of zone 2 now. Nice and deep into out of zone 3. And again, a little bit off throttle there from Hugh Savile. Ollie Elmore not really doing a whole lot wrong. A good chase so far from Elmore as he applies the pressure to the rear end of the Welshman's car and pushes him across the line. So those guys make their way back to the start line, as you can see, ready to rock and roll. No messing around for Hugh Savile. He turns that car around and gets straight back to the line. He now has to chase down Ollie Elmore. Hugh Savile qualifying in 4th place, our Pro-Am driver qualifying inside the top 4. And off the line they go. It will be Ollie Elmore now to lead Hugh Savile to give chase. Ollie Elmore with a nice initiation, very fast from Elmore. Big wobble there, but he sacrifices out of zone 2. He needs to find his feet a little bit here now. Elmore needs to pull his socks up. Oh, and again, sacrifices out of zone 3. He's on a scrappy line. You can see Hugh Savile just keeping his distance, sticking to that qualifying line as they make a dive across the middle of the circuit. Elmore nice and wide as he looks for the wall. And Hugh Savile lost in a smoke trail from that Hell Performance Skyline.
Ollie Elmore a little bit scrappy there, wasn't it? Could have been a little bit neater. And Hugh Savile looked really, really confident with that. He clearly knows that car very well.
Yeah, he certainly does. He knows that car like the inside out. So just taking a look back at our replay now, our judges are just trying to find out, and you can just see here, look, it's a very strange line from Ollie Elmore. He kind of gets to that outer zone 3 early and then washes away from it. Doesn't actually go through that clipping point. And you can see Hugh Savile there keeps his distance and sticks to the qualifying line. So not sure what else the judges see apart from that at this point of the circuit. Pretty nice line there from Ollie Elmore, trying to find maybe wheels over the edge of the track. Could Hugh Savile, our Pram driver, find himself a place in the final, in the Grade 8, to face off against Tomas Falvey? To face off against either the winner of Alistair Sutton or Christian's Birkhoffs. So judges still deliberating this one, Sarah. Not an easy call.
It's certainly not. I've said it a few times. I'm definitely glad that the judging is not my job. It's very, very difficult. And that's exactly why we're looking at the replays, just to make sure that we are making the right decision.
So exactly that. Judges still deliberating this one, still not come to a decision. As the wind once again picks up, is it going to blow in some rain? That's all I'm worried about.
Fingers crossed not, because we do not need any inconsistency on that track. These drivers have just done some practice runs in the dry, and they're going to be hoping that it stays that way.
Yeah, look at this. The judges there, look, all focused on the live stream on the replay there, just trying to work out.
Never seen them concentrate so hard.
Look, it's a very hard job, you know, and they're going to have a make or break someone's weekend. Like I said last night to somebody, they said, oh, you know, judging's easy. I said, no, judging's not easy. Because there's only 3 people at the end of that weekend, or 6 people, sorry, over the space of this weekend that are going to walk away happy, and there's 70 other people that are going to walk away and think that you're the worst person in the world right now. If you're not standing on that podium, then you think that the judge has stopped you from getting there, then that's a hard call, you know, and it's very, very hard for our judges to make this decision. That's why they use all of the equipment they have, all these replays, our live stream company, Tech Native Solutions, bringing all of the equipment, that, you know, the drone. You've got all these slow-mo replays that we can go to see, you know, who made a mistake, when and where. And our judges just want to see a slowed down full run of that lead line from Ollie Elmore. So it looks like a decision could potentially be in, Sarah. Guys out of the car, and here we go. Who is going to take it through to the Grade 8? They deliberated over that one for some time. Look at that, 1 vote for Hugh Savile. 2 votes for Hugh Savile. Hugh Savile gets the win and advances through to the Grade 8. Elmore out of competition. Judges, can we just find out what took you so long to deliberate that one? That was not an easy decision by any means.
No, we just wanted to confirm, because it was very close for Ollie Elmore in the lead position on clip 4 to being 2 weeks.
Cheers, Ollie.
Cheers, Ollie. Yeah, it was very close for being 2 wheels off track, and we just wanted to confirm whether it was 2 wheels off, which would have been a 10-0, or whether it was just 1 dropped, and it was only 1. And then over that run we scored the first run of 5-5, because there wasn't much to put between the 2 drivers. And then Hugh just taking a slight advantage, as Ollie had a wheel drop on clip 4 and a slight correction on between clip 2 and clip 3, giving Hugh the advantage overall.
So there we go, Hugh Savile taking the win overall and advancing through to the Grade 8. And we go back to the one more time of Martin Monacot and Ricky Lawrence. And Martin Monacot's car have been taking, it's got more hits than the Beatles, Sarah, let's just say that.
It absolutely has this weekend. I think one or two might have been himself getting a little close to the wall there, but that's what it's all about. Yeah, Ricky Lawrence has really put the pressure on now, and hopefully we won't have any more contact between the pair.
No, exactly that, and I think Ricky Lawrence has kind of learnt his lesson that he needs to just rein it in, maybe 10-5%, just so that he doesn't make heavy contact with Monacot. He can't impede that lead driver's line, and if he does, he's going to be marked down for it, which happened in the first half of the battle. I think he was very, very lucky that Martin Monacot wasn't I'll get it out in a minute, wasn't able to make a run, and that he actually scored a 10-0 the other way, meaning a one more time. This is going to be a hard one for our judges. If we have contact again, because it can't go one more time.
It can't go one more time. This is what makes drifting really interesting for me, because it literally, like we said yesterday, anything can happen out there, and whatever we think is going to happen, it's usually something completely different.
Oh yeah, if you wrote a script and said these two guys are going to drift around this circuit, door on door, no contact, pointless, put it in the bin, set fire to it, because when these guys get behind the wheels of their car, their brain kind of disappears.
You put your brain in the glove box, out of the way.
That's exactly what happens, and they forget what they're doing, and they just go absolutely ham. Ham.
What's ham?
Not even going to describe it. Off the line, Martin Monacot to lead out Ricky Lawrence. A spot on the great 808 is Lawrence onto the back bumper straight away, or what is left at the back end of that Toyota Chaser. Now Lawrence needs to be careful. Give Monacot that room to manoeuvre. Good proximity from Lawrence at the moment though, as he makes a dive down into outer zone 3. Look at him all over the side of that Pro Drift Toyota Chaser. Now this is where it all went wrong last time, and we've got a clean pass of the circuit at the moment as Lawrence gives him some room, and Monacot puts foot to floor, drives away from Lawrence.
That was a really strong run, and we've seen Ricky Lawrence get really close, really on the door with a lot of drivers over this, over today, and that is what I like about him. He does get close, he does push the bar, but hopefully he can just rein it in, like you say, slightly, so we don't have any contact.
For me, it looked like Martin Monacot found a little bit more grip in that car. He turned it up just a little bit more, just so he could try and drive away from Ricky Lawrence. We get the thumbs up in the towel. We're ready to go. It will be Lawrence to lead out Monacot. Who is going to take it through to the Great 8? And look at this, flames from the bonnet of the Chaser as he dives up onto the side of that PS13. Ricky Lawrence puts the hammer down though and starts to pull some distance between him and Monacot. Monacot very wide though, he's going to have to cut across the circuit, and he does to make the dive. Ricky Lawrence now navigates his way through the centre of the circuit, and look at this from Monacot. He makes one last attempt to get on the door, and he gets there, but now Lawrence puts the hammer down and gets some separation between those guys. They come across the line, incredible.
What a way to come back for another one more time. That was brilliant. Again, another, for me, would be a tough one to call.
Yeah, that's not an easy call either, a very, very tough call there for our judges. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Lawrence and Martin Monacot putting everything on the line. Those cars were immaculate this morning.
Yeah, they're not now.
They're out in the pits.
A few battle scars after this weekend.
They're around the pits polishing them, keeping them nice and clean. And right now, there's most of it spread all around the track.
It looks like we're going to go to a replay, so the judges are obviously deliberating a few details.
No, not sure. You see Martin Monacot. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Monacot, Ricky Lawrence. Enemies behind the wheel, friends in real life. But who is going to take it? Look at Ricky Lawrence. He's like, yeah, buddy, that was where your car was 20 minutes ago. And then I said, nah, mate, I'm going to take that off.
He's showing him the damage.
Showing him, he said, look what I did. Look what I did to your car. He said, I took that clean off.
I think he might owe him a beer or two now, eh?
Or 4.
Yeah. Plus a bumper.
Plus a vodka on the side, just for good luck. So judges deliberating this one, just trying to find out what is going on. Oh, judges want to see a replay now, discussing this one, saying they want to see a replay of the lead of Martin Monacot. A pretty good lead line from Monacot down into there. You can see Ricky Lawrence make a nice dive up to the door. And again, Monacot, very nice lead. Good transition back into outer zone 5. You can see him right on the edge of that white line. Doesn't get as wide as what we'd like to see. You see Ricky Lawrence. You can't see Ricky Lawrence. That's the problem.
He's gone in that cloud of smoke from Monacot's back wheels.
So this is the second half of the run. This is Lawrence's lead. You can see Lawrence nice and high. But this, look at Monacot very wide there. It kind of dives across the circuit and avoids that outer zone 3 to gain some proximity onto the door. Ricky Lawrence looking strong up until this point. Very nice line there. Again, not as wide as what we'd like to see. Monacot, though, he does have the proximity onto the back bumper at PS13.
If this was the first time round, I wouldn't be surprised at one more time, but we can't do that again.
No, we certainly can't do that again. We have to come to a decision. We haven't got all day. If we had all day and all night, we could just keep running them one more time.
Well, we'd all like that, wouldn't we?
We would love that. Look at these guys eagerly awaiting the decision who is going to take it through, and it looks like the decision is in. Slide them left for Monacot, right for Ricky Lawrence. 1 for Monacot, 2. Monacot gets the win, and Monacot gets the win and takes Ricky Lawrence out of competition. Judges, we fire it back to you. You guys had to take them to a one more time, and then a very, very tough call before you came to a decision. Judges, let us know how that one went down. So there we go, Sarah, the decision made by our judges. And we move it along to the next battle of the day, and it will be Robin Neeson to take on Adam Simmons. So, those guys... Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I'm getting all excited with myself, I'm getting a little carried away. Toby, our track marshal, just looked at me, nearly had a heart attack. He's like, I've got the wrong battle on the line. It will be Alistair Sutton to take on Christian Birkhoffs. Now, let me tell you a story about Alistair Sutton. Alistair Sutton's car turns itself off randomly when it wants. He has to restart it halfway through the drift. He is now going to take on a guy that come all the way from Latvia with a 700 horsepower car, and he is not messing around. Birkhoffs wants to prove himself in the UK, but what has Alistair Sutton got? Sutton on a nice lead line at the moment. Christian Birkhoffs applies the pressure as Christian Birkhoffs balances that car in the back end of Alistair Sutton's S14. Look at Sutton, calm and collected like a Scale Electrics car around this circuit is Alistair Sutton as he transitions. Perfect transition in the middle of the circuit. But look at Christian Birkhoffs though, no shifting him. But Birkhoffs makes a huge mistake, finds himself in the middle of the circuit across the line.
I don't think I've ever seen anything so close. That gap between the door, they could have held hands through the window.
They should have done, they should have just held hands like, here buddy, take my hand, I'll lead you the way.
Birkhoffs really means business. He just applied the pressure from start to finish.
He certainly has. But the problem is now for Alistair Sutton is the separation, the power separation, the grip separation. Can Alistair Sutton keep up with Christian Birkhoffs? We go back to the line and we are ready to go. It will be Christian Birkhoffs now to lead out Alistair Sutton for a space in the Grade 8 to face off against Hugh Savile. Who's going to take it? Look at this. Alistair Sutton not messing around. Jumps onto the back bumper at the last minute. Nice initiation from Sutton, but now he starts to get lost. He's going to have to shortcut the circuit to gain proximity. Birkhoff's on a very nice lead line at the moment. Can he get nice and deep with out zone 3? Certainly can. But look at Sutton making dives, making the attack where he can. Birkhoffs goes wheels over the edge of the circuit there. Birkhoffs again puts big angle at him. Sutton says, come here mate, you're not going anywhere. As Birkhoffs push it to the wall and Sutton right with him.
He did absolutely fantastic to keep up with them because Birkhoffs has got such pace. Well, I was going to say around this track, around any track.
Around any track,
yeah.
any track. Put him on any track around the world and he has got pace. Yeah, very good job though. Alistair Sutton, a very clever drive though. He made the dives where he needed to make the dives. He gave the proximity where he needed to make it. Could he force the win his way or did Christian Birkhoffs just walk that one? Was it a walk in the park? We're about to find out as they chop down in front of our judging tower. Guys, give these guys a round of applause. They've travelled miles, thousands of miles to be here this weekend for your entertainment. Give it up for Christian Birkhoffs and Alistair Sutton. They await the judges' decision. And here we go. Slide them left for Sutton, right for Birkhoffs. Brad, Carl and Gaz. Carl says Birkhoffs, Brad says Birkhoffs, Birkhoffs gets the win. Christian Birkhoffs gets the win and takes Alistair Sutton out of the show. And judges, it looked clean cut, but was it as simple as what we thought?
Okay, let's just dissect that one. So on the first run there, Birkhoffs' chase run was exceptional and held close proximity throughout the whole of the track. and Sutton had a very good lead line, but we gave that a 6-4 advantage to Birkhoffs because his chase run was so aggressive and he was holding close proximity and only chasing the lead driver's line, therefore it was 6-4. On the second run there, we felt that Sutton's chase run was a shallow angle and a lot of cutting of the track to try and keep proximity, which therefore gave Birkhoff the advantage and the win.
So there you go, Christian Birkhoffs getting the win and advancing through to the Grade 8. And we move it along. Robin Neeson now to take on Adam Simmons. DKM Z4 LS3 to take on that crazy 180SX of Robin Neeson. Who is going to take it through? Will it be Sheffield or will it be Ireland?
I think it's going to be a close one. I've watched these all day and I'm really impressed with both drivers. I think it's going to be pretty close.
Well, Adam Simmons has really come alive in that car in the last half hour. Has he got enough to stick it to the Irishman now as they come down the line? And a nice initiation there. Oh, but wheels over the edge of the track. Wheels over the edge of the track there for Robin Neeson, and Adam Simmons finds himself lost in the smoke in the middle of the circuit. He now tries to get himself back into the fight. Robin Neeson puts foot to floor and navigates his way through the middle of the circuit as Adam Simmons takes a look out the window and says, I'm not even sure what happened there. They bring it across the line, and that was a scrappy first half of that run.
It was, but Adam Simmons is really finding his feet. Like you say, he's got a 400 horsepower LS3 in that Z4, and he struggled a little bit in the wet this morning. He's come alive a bit now in the dry.
Yeah, he did struggle in the wet, you're right. He said he couldn't gel with the car, it didn't drive how he wanted to drive. He's used to driving a Nissan Skyline, he's just struggled to gel with it, but he seems to be coming alive a little bit there. He did make a massive error in the middle of the circuit. We're going to take a quick look at the replay. You can see a nice initiation from Neeson. He does drop a wheel over the edge of the track, only one wheel though, and look at this. Big understeer moment there for Adam Simmons. He has to reinitiate and he's way offline. Judge is going to be looking at that one.
Yeah, that's going to damage the score a little, isn't it? And then he is going to lead in a minute, so we'll see if he's got a bit more confidence when he's in the lead.
Yeah, has he got more confidence in that lead position, or does he like chasing? We are going to find out. As you can see them guys just finishing off that run on the replay there. They are back on the start line and ready to rock and roll with the second half of this run. It is for a spot in the Grade 8 here, around 2 of the British Drift Championship 2019 in Driftland. And Simmons eagerly, look at him on the foot brake, ready to go, ready for action.
It's going to be an interesting chase.
Look at the back end of that 180SX of Neeson. Neeson's car absolutely torn apart this weekend. We get the thumbs up in the tower, we're good to go.
He's got an 800 horsepower behind him, Neeson, so it's going to be an interesting chase because he's going to really have to balance that power.
It certainly is going to be an interesting battle as they come off the line. You can see Neeson tugging onto the back bumper of that little BMW Z4. Early initiation from Simmons, but he's nowhere near the wall. He's trying to use a little bit of shortcut in there on the circuit to gain some distance between him and Neeson. But oh, and a big error from Simmons. He finds himself in the middle of the circuit. Neeson has to dial on big angle to avoid contact as they come into outer zone 4 and transition back now. Neeson looks at the side of that BMW and says, I'm not sure what you're doing, dude, but I'm going to stick to my own qualifying line, and takes it to the wall and across the line.
Simmons has definitely got a lot more comfortable, but he's just made a couple of errors there that I think are probably going to cost him.
Yeah, quite a few errors there from Adam Simmons in that chase position. In that lead position. And I think that one of the biggest ones for me was in the middle of the circuit. Look at this, we're going to watch a quick replay. He's going to look at this, initiates but doesn't get out to the outer zone 1. He does wash the car nice and wide into outer zone 2. Robin Neeson just keeps his distance, starts to gain some proximity now as they come into 3. But look at this from Simmons. Looks like he almost straightens the wheels.
He does, it looks like he had a wobble at the end and it kind of almost straightened, but he did keep it there. But he's really missed 3 and that's messed him up in the 4.
Certainly has. And then look at this again, it gets into, just about catches the edge of that outer zone 5, and he's in a middle line. And you can see Robin Neeson, he holds back, he says, well, where are you going? Like, this isn't the line that we need to be doing. And Neeson keeps his distance, takes it across the line, and they pull in front of the judging tower. We wait for the score to drop in. 2 very, very different vehicles, a V8 BMW Z4 and a straight 6 turbo 180SX S13 sits on the line, waiting to receive their decision. And again, judges just taking their time, deliberating this one, making sure they come to the right decision.
You can see the drivers just opening the doors when they pull up there. It is so hot inside the vehicles.
Go, slide them left for Neeson, right for Simmons, Brad, Kyle and Gaz. Gaz says one more time. Brad says one more time. So one more time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a one more time. So the judges are not being able to split them. and our marshal down there, just finding out whether those guys need to get tyres and fuel sorted, or whether they are ready to get back onto the line and ready to battle again. You can see both guys out of the car there, just checking the tyres. And a shake of the hands there. Good sportsmanship from both of those guys. Robin Neeson said, there was a bit of a gap, mate. We could get closer next time. And Adam Simmons was like, yeah, cool, no worries.
Well, let's see if they bring that. I hope they do.
So we are just going to wait and find out from our track marshal here at Toby if we're going to go again with that battle, or if it's going to be another battle and give them some time. So it does look like those guys are going to head back into the pits to get ready for their one more time battle. We're going to move it along to the next battle of the day, which will be Ollie Evans to take on Stefanov. Oh, they're going back to the line. They've decided they're going to go back to the line. No need for tyres and fuel. Yeah, you could just see Robin Neeson in there frantically getting himself suited up. He's like, I can take this, I could do this, I can get in the Great 8 at BDC.
So we can't have another one more time. We've only allowed one. He's really got to bring it now.
Well, look, this can only go one way. Yeah, we can't have another one more time. We can only have one more time per battle. These guys, the judge is going to have to come to a decision, and these guys, like we always say the same thing. They kind of felt each other out a little bit now, so they kind of know what they're working with. They know what they're doing. They know each other's cars. They know the speed that they're going to initiate. They kind of know where they're going to initiate, what kind of line they're taking. So we see Adam Simmons there making his way back to the start line. And you can see our start line camera there just focusing on Stefanov and the next battle to go of Ollie Evans. So back on to the line we go. Adam Simmons now sits into that chase position. Robin Neeson to lead. And this one we need to be clear cut. We need this one to be done and dusted in this battle off the line. Neeson and Simmons. You can hear. Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry.
You could just hear.
Too excited over here.
Robin Neeson smashing through the gears. Oh, and a wobble there again from Adam Simmons in the middle of the circuit. Not as bad as what it was last time though. Neeson on a very nice lead line. You can see Simmons now making the attack as they make their way into Adam. Oh, popping a wheel. Off at the tarmac goes Adam Simmons. As Robin Neeson finds that perfect qualifying line, giving the opportunity for Simmons to get door and door as they go across the line.
Simmons really pushed it that time. You could tell, couldn't you, that he really wants this now.
Yeah, Adam Simmons really wanting to win, and for me, just gelling with that car more and more. I couldn't believe it. She popped a wheel off the tarmac. So did he drop a wheel off the edge of the track, or was that just pure grip? Was that pure grip that lifted that wheel off the floor? Get him, look, thumbs up in the window. He's happy. He's having a really good day. More and more seat time in that car. He's ready to go. And Robin Neeson's car a little bit worse for wear this weekend.
Cosmetics, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all fixable off the line. Simmons to lead. Neeson to give chase. Adam Simmons with a nice initiation, but again, not wide. Not as wide as what we would assume. Stays in it on a good lead line though, finds himself on that perfect qualifying line now after 2, but then again makes that big wobble as he comes down into 3. All over the side of that DKM Z4 is Robin Neeson. He gives him some room. The transition in the middle of the circuit. Now Neeson again goes to go for that wide line, but Adam Simmons just deviates off of it ever so slightly, and a scrappy lead there from Adam Simmons.
That could just sway this decision. Both of them were pretty strong, but yeah, that was a little bit scrappy from Adam. Could just change the judges' minds. So we're going to see a replay of this.
Yeah, nice initiation there from Robin Neeson. You can see Adam Simmons, pretty good chase. A little wobble in the middle of the circuit. Robin Neeson on a pretty good qualifying line. Does drop down low there though, and has to wash out for outer zone 3. And then look at this, look, pops the wheel up off the floor. Crazy setup there on that little BMW Z4. Robin Neeson doing not a bad job in that lead position. Very nice lead line as he takes it to the wall. But when it's the other way around, that's kind of where it gets a little bit confusing for Robin Neeson. It's kind of like he doesn't want to get on the door because he doesn't know what Adam Simmons is going to do. You can see Simmons not as close to the wall. That's not really where we want to see him. A little wobble there. Gets on that qualifying line. And again here, look, this is where he makes a big error. Sacrifices that outer zone 3 gets himself back on that qualifying line again. And you can almost see Robin Neeson here holding back, and this is where he goes to make a dive, and then look, Robin Neeson's like, oh, hold on a minute, that's not where we should be.
Yeah, it must be hard to follow when you don't know what the other person's going to do, how they're going to react, which line they're going to take. You're preempting that they're going to take the qualifying line, but if they don't, that's going to come
very
a
unpredictable.
bit surprising. You've got to react to that.
Exactly. So we await to see how the judges call this one.
They're both still smiling, which
They're
is
both
the
still
main
smiling.
thing.
Yeah, they're having a good weekend, whatever happens, and those guys enjoying themselves no end. Oh, another replay. So this is very difficult for our judges.
This is what we're going to see really, getting to the grade 8 and upwards. We're going to probably have a look at a lot of replays because there's a lot of fine details they're going to have to use to make the decisions, because the standard of driving is just getting higher and higher up to the top.
It certainly is. These guys are not messing around now. They're putting in some very good lead and chases. The judge is going to they may be looking for something. They may be trying to split hairs, maybe see who made the less mistakes. As the wind really starts to pick up now.
And we'll just look at another replay with Simmons' lead.
Yeah, you can see Robin Neeson was very, very tentative on the chase there. Looks like he just doesn't want to make that commitment to get on the door. He holds back quite a lot from the side of Adam Simmons' Z4. And that's the massive mistake there for me for Adam Simmons. He washes way down on a very strange line. He does get out to the wall, but he goes on a very strange line to get there. Decision is in though. Slide him left for Neeson, right for Simmons. Gaz says Neeson. Carl says Neeson. Robin Neeson gets the win. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause. Adam Simmons and Robin Neeson putting on a show. Judges, we throw it back to you.
Okay, so explain that run there. Let's rewind back to just this one more time. With the one more time on Simmons' lead lap. No, on Neeson's lead lap, he run a good line in that, and Simmons kept good proximity, but Neeson did make a few mistakes in the chase, in the lead position, almost dropping one wheel on his lead run. When we flip it around and we look at the chase run from Neeson, Simmons unfortunately run a bit of an odd qualifying line, which was hard to chase, and we said in briefing that if the lead driver needs to run a 100-point qualifying run, he actually cut between clip 3 and 4, and we deem that as being a hard chase for Neeson. As he come to clip 5 to 6, he cut the line again, Simmons, and Neeson had good enough proximity to have to make an alteration as he come out to the last clip. So therefore we made the decision that it would be Neeson to go through that battle. Back to you.
So there we go, judges there just giving you exactly what they thought of that one. And on the line next, a big battle. The 7th place qualifier, Oliver Evans, to take on Stefanov. Now, Stefanov, we've not seen him in competition much in the UK, so unknown entity. What we do know is that Oliver Evans can either go one way or another, too hard or not enough. On the line though, he initiates, goes Oliver Evans. Stefanov gets caught out ever so slightly there, but look at the lead line from Oliver Evans at the moment. The VP Racing Fuels driver, absolutely pinpoint perfect. As he now comes into outer zone 4, he's going to be looking for that smooth transition into 5, and he absolutely pulls it off. Doesn't go high in the bank, but Stefanov now brings the fight and starts to hunt down the side of that S14.5 and across the line smokes out Driftland.
That's great to see that strong run from Stefanov, because he's not had a smooth run this weekend. He's had problems with the car, he came off in the last one, so he'll be really just buzzing to get that running.
He certainly will, and all the seat time is seat time, so he'll be wanting to take every single minute he can inside that car, and competition seat time is better than any other. Stefanov pulls to the line. Oliver Evans will be on the radio to his spotters now saying, what did he do? Did he get on my door? Did he push me around the track? And they would have said, well, not until the end, buddy, but just at the end. So we'll see how this one plays out. Stefanov to lead. Oliver Evans to give chase. Now, we've seen Evans in chase before, and he is an absolute masterclass of a chase driver, but sometimes he pushes just a little bit too much and knocks himself out of a battle. Can he rein it in 5%, or is he going to go hard? They come down, look at this, oh, Evans on the back bumper, oh wow! Stefanov runs the back bumper along the wall, but Evans on that perfect lead line, on that perfect qualifying line. Evans sticks to that qualifying line. Stefanov making a huge mistake after that contact with the wall. Evans keeps his cool now as he dives through the smoke in the middle of the circuit. Stefanov once more time puts big angle at it, and we lose Oliver Evans in a smoke screen as they run across the line.
I'm a bit lost for words after that one. That's BDC bringing you all the action right there, isn't it?
That is BDC bringing you all of the action. Stefanov's car and Evans' car make so much smoke that literally when they go past the camera, you cannot see the wall. You can't even see Oliver Evans' car.
So, how would the judges look at this? So you've got a really... Evans, he's stuck to the qualifying line.
For me, this will go the way that I think that me personally think it would go, and that is that when the wall run from Stefanov pushed him off that qualifying line, he ended up in the middle of the circuit. You see Evans appear from that smoke. He's on that perfect qualifying line. It is in. Slide him left for Evans. Slide him right for Stefanov. Brad says Evans, and Evans gets the win. Evans advances through to the Grade A judges. Was it as simple as what I made out?
The first battle, I've got Evans taking a 6-4 advantage. Stefanov didn't really have much in the way of proximity until clips 5 to 6. Evans 1 to 3 was tremendous, massive entry, loads of speed, really good. Shallowed out a little bit on clip 4 and clip 6, but Stefanov had plenty of opportunity to bring proximity and he didn't do it. So yeah, 6-4 to Evans, and then in the second half of the battle, Stefanov came in. Hero entry, but just too much angle, scrubbed a bit of speed. Evans did exactly what we asked in the briefing, which was to stay on the qualifying line. So again, he took a 6-4, which gives Evans the win.
Well, there we go. Yeah, Evans sticking to that qualifying line, Sarah, is exactly what the judges asked him to do. Stefanov impacted the wall, pushed him offline. Evans, a very, very calculated driver. He said he looked at that mistake from Stefanov and he said, wait, don't dive onto the door, hold yourself back, get on the qualifying line, try and rein in them points, and it paid off for him. On the line we do have Forsscallas to take on Hayden Cruikshank. Now if you think that you just see smoke, let me tell you something right now. Forsscallas is going to smoke the place out off the line. Forsscallas to lead, Cruikshank to give chase. As even if we're going to be able to see that Toyota Chaser in a minute, as the big separation unfolds now, as Forsscallas puts down that hammer and starts to pull away from Hayden Cruikshank as he bails smoke from the back of that E46 BMW. And look at this, you can barely see Hayden Cruikshank through the smoke. Forsscallas on a perfect lead line and absolutely flying, and Hayden Cruikshank no answer to Forsscallas there.
I never ever tire of seeing Aramis out there. He just brings it every single time, doesn't he? He's such a strong driver, and his style is fantastic, isn't it? It's a real crowd pleaser.
That is exactly it, the style that he brings is always big angle, big smoke, full commitment. He doesn't drive that car 5% less than 100%. He is on it every single time he drives it. And look at that, they've got the doors open of the car, letting the smoke out of Forsscallas' car. He can't even make it back to the line. He can't even see where he's going. He's that smoked out. So we're going to have to give him a second to just clear the smoke out of the car. Hayden Cruikshank's car, though, took a battering already so far today. Is Forsscallas going to put some wheels up the door, or is he going to give him some room to manoeuvre? Look at the state of that Toyota Cresta, absolutely battered. Forsscallas pulls to the line, and it looks like we are ready to go for the second half of the battle. So off the line, Cruikshank to lead, Forsscallas to give chase. And after that masterclass of a lead line from Forsscallas, what is he going to do in the chase position? Nice initiation though from Cruikshank. Sacrifices clipping point 1 to try and put some distance between him and the Lithuanian lunatic right now. As Cruikshank finds his way down there on outside zone 3, puts foot to floor and transitions in the middle of the circuit. Forsscallas doing a very nice job in that chase position, puts on a lot of angle though, no proximity. Oh, but Hayden makes a big mistake in the middle of the circuit.
Yeah, Hayden straightened up quite a little bit there before clipping point 6, and I think he missed clipping point 6 altogether. That's all right. He was going quite strong up until that point, so that could make the judge's decision easier.
Yeah, it certainly could. If we're going to get those guys swung back around and back in front of the judging tower to receive that decision.
Forsscallas has told us that life's too boring. Life's too boring to drive slow cars, and he definitely brings that every time.
Well, I'm telling you something now, his car isn't slow by any means. He has got a very, very fast car. Judges just want to have a quick replay of this one. Forsscallas did a very, very nice job in that chase position, as you can see. Gave Hayden Cruikshank some room. Cruikshank, though, is sacrificing a little bit of line to try and gain some ground, shortcutting the circuit ever so slightly, dialing off the angle, Look at that, you can see hardly any tyre smoke. He's really pedaling the car, trying to pull away from Forsscallas. It does a good job, but here's a big error. Look at this. Wheels straight, has to reinitiate, and that could be the nail in the coffin there for Hayden Cruikshank. Well, here we go. Decision is in. Slide him left for Forsscallas, right for Hayden Cruikshank. Gaz says Forsscallas. Carl says Forsscallas, and Brad makes it unanimous. Aramis Forsscallas gets the win. Judges pretty clear cut, and the Lithuanian lunatic continues his run to the top.
We're almost ready, Ian, for the next battle, which is the last one of this section. Oliver Bolton versus Alex Drew.
Yeah, the final battle in our top 16 will be Oliver Bolton to take on Alexis Drew, as you just rightly so said.
And they're just getting themselves warmed up and lined up for on the start.
Yeah, you can see Oliver Bolton there on the back of the start line. That Funk Motorsport S13, just warming up the tyres on the back of that car.
Warming them up in the most fun way possible, I think.
Yeah, having some fun in that car. Oliver Bolton representing Funk Motorsport, Fiberglass UK, Hell Performance, Link ECU, Custom Paints, Turbo Smart Corbeau, Lucas Oil, Westlake Tyres, Pro Tuner, Universal Lubricants. And then line up to him a guy that is an OG in UK drifting all the way back in 2008. He topped the podium. Can he do it again? Alexis Drew now lines up to chase down Oliver Bolton. Oliver Bolton, the higher qualifier. And there he goes off the line, S13 Ollie, as he's known on Instagram. Oh, look at this, separation already as Bolton. Nice initiation, close to the wall from Bolton, but he dives away from that wide line. He gets back into it. Look at this from Bolton, absolutely flying at the moment, and no proximity from Alexis Drew as Oliver Bolton finds himself on that good qualifying line. Puts the floor now, finds that out of zone 4, and Alexis Drew, you can see, starting to sacrifice the lines to try and gain proximity. Oliver Bolton absolutely flying right now as he puts down the hammer and drives away from Alexis Drew.
Just seen a bit of a replay as well of that smoky strong run from the pair.
Yeah, nice initiation there from Bolton. The only thing I think that happened for Bolton there is he dropped the wheels on that wet patch on the wall and it pushed him across the centre of the circuit. He did a very, very good job to hold on to it. And Bolton, though, put on a very good lead line. Judges just want to see...
Are they looking for a wheel drop?
Are they looking for a wheel drop? They're always looking for a wheel drop.
Yeah.
You can see there, look at that, Oliver Bolton nice and deep into that outer zone one. You could just about see it under his rear wheel of the car there. And a very nice initiation from Bolton. Look at that, almost 90 degrees to an immovable concrete wall. That's a brand new car. He has no regard for the equipment he's been given.
I don't think Brave covers that.
Brave doesn't cover that. Oh, look, and a moment of understeer for Oliver Bolton, and judges rightly so using that equipment to their benefit now. Could that be a 10-0 advantage to Alexis Drew? So judges will be looking at that. Could that be a tiny bit of misfortune there for Oliver Bolton? We go back to the line. It will be Alexis Drew now to lead out Oliver Bolton. A spot in the Great 8 awaits. A spot to battle Aramis Forsscallas awaits. Who is going to take it though? Bolton onto the back bumper of that R34 Skyline. Look at this, tucked up nice and close goes Bolton. Nice initiation from Alexis Drew. Oh, and Oliver Bolton almost makes contact, has to get out of it. Bolton finds himself into the middle of the circuit. This is scrappy from the young gun now. He starts to pull his socks up a little bit and find himself back into the battle. Alexis Drew looking cool, calm and collected out front though, as Bolton transitions now, looks for the door at that R34. As they take it nice and close across the line.
That is definitely the kind of battle we're looking for at this stage in the game. I wonder if that little straighten up from Oliver Bolton is going to really cost him.
Yeah, do you know what, for me, I think just Bolton made a big mistake. He got nice and close on the back bumper, a nice initiation, but look at this, he dived across the circuit. You can see him on the handbrake, but he scrubbed a little bit too much speed. That car then gripped up, fired him straight, and he had to rework that car back into it. And you can see there, look, almost dropping wheels off track. Look, he's dropped a wheel off the inside of the track, in fact. But look at Alexis Drew, he's not on the perfect qualifying line. Judges wanted to see this one from the initiation. So maybe Alexis Drew there putting a foot wrong, something we didn't see. Well, I didn't see for sure. You might have seen it.
No, I didn't see it. That is exactly what the judges are there for.
Yeah, look at this, look at this, look.
Yeah.
And again, Alexis Drew kind of does what Oliver Bolton does. And Alexis Drew dives across the centre of the circuit, and Oliver Bolton, look, he said he has nowhere to go. He almost cuts right across the front of Oliver Bolton's car and sacrifices out his own tune. This could go either way.
It always seems so clean cut.
The judge's decision is in though. Who's going to take it through to the top 16? Oh, one more time from one judge. Oh, and there we go. One more time. So we are going to see those guys go one more time. And you know what? They're going to have to make their way back to the start line to do that battle. We cannot move on in competition. This is the last battle of the bracket, so we're going to have to see that battle before we move along. Judges, we are just going to throw it to you ever so quickly. That was very, very scrappy from Oliver Bolton, but Alexis Drew not providing him with the cleanest lead line that he was requiring.
On Oliver Bolton's lead run, we scored it as a 10-0 due to on entry, after entry, he completely straightened up. In the reverse run, when Lex led, he actually shallowed out his angle that much that he started coming towards the inside of the track, causing Oliver to have to straighten up again, basically cutting him off because he was on the wrong line. So we reversed that and called that a 10-0 as well, because we want to see it one more time. It's too scrappy.
So there we go. Oliver Bolton actually scored a 10-0 deficit on his lead, and then Alexis Drew did the same on his lead. So judges not being able to split them, they said the easiest way to go on this one is a one more time, and I love to see a one more time. We should get a better battle this time. The nerves calmed for both these guys off the line. It will be Oliver Bolton to lead in Alexis Drew, and look at this, Bolton absolutely flying. Nice initiation now. This is the Oliver Bolton we like to see. Does shallow up ever so slightly, but it's nice and wide out onto that qualifying line. As Oliver Bolton looks once again to get back onto that qualifying line, nice and deepens out zone 3. As he starts to power his way away. Big angle thrown on it by Oliver Bolton though. Goes very shallow, finds that wide line and takes it to the wall and across the finish line. Alexis Drew not really having an answer there.
These guys are both going to be feeling the pressure. We can only do one more time once. This all comes down to this next run.
It certainly does. It comes all down to this, and you know what, for me there was a little hiccup from Oliver Bolton. He made a little bit of a correction after coming into clipping point 2, but nothing massive. Alexis Drew needs to put on an absolutely perfect lead line and give the judges nothing to mark him down on Oliver Bolton. Well, he's just going to stick it to the door and make sure that he can seal the win and get into that Grade 8 to battle Forsscallas. They come off the line. Drew to lead. Oliver Bolton to give chase, and onto the back bumper again goes Oliver Bolton this time. He gives Alexis Drew some room and now starts to make the dive. Look at Oliver Bolton, not scared to get up nice and close with Alexis Drew, and this is a much better run from both these guys. Alexis Drew on a very good lead line, but look at the proximity from Bolton as they come through centre circuit. Whoa! Oliver Bolton through the smoke as he dives onto the door of Alexis Drew and pushes Alexis Drew across the line. Whoa! Driftland makes some noise. I don't know if you knew, Sarah, I don't know if you know, but I got very excited about that. That was insane from Oliver Bolton. It was like he sat on that line and he said to himself, what are you doing?
Gave himself a little pep talk down there.
Do you
didn't he?
want to win, or do you want to go home right now and look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and say you didn't do the best you could do? Ladies and gentlemen, the final battle in our top 16. Raise the roof for Alexis Drew and Oliver Bolton. What a show these guys are putting on. So what way do the judges score that one? They can't go one more time. The scores are in. Slide them left for Bolton, right for Drew. Gaz says Bolton. Brad says Bolton. Oliver Bolton gets the win and advances through to the Grade A judges. That's how you chase in the pro class, right? So there you go. The judges just there telling us all about that one and what they, Oliver Bolton put on a masterclass of a chase drive there. He now moves on, but he hasn't got an easy weekend. His weekend just got really, really hard because he now has to face off against Forsscallas for a spot in the final four.
And that is the ultimate challenge for anyone at the moment, with Forsscallas really bringing it to every round at the moment.
So it does look like we're almost ready to kick off our first Grade 8 battle of the day, and that will be Tomas Falvey to take on Martin Monacot. Now this is where it gets serious, Sarah. It's been serious all day. This is business, strictly business.
It has, but my heart's going a little bit faster now.
But this is for a spot in the final four. This is where it all comes down to. Tomas Falvey has travelled thousands of miles to be here with the rest of his Irish friends. Martin Monacot has travelled thousands of miles, hundreds of miles across the UK to be here this weekend from Devon. He has put his car on the wall. Robin Neeson has tried to take his car apart, but still he battles on, and now he sits on the line, ready to do battle with a damaged S15 and a damaged Toyota Chaser. It will be Martin Monacot to lead out Tomas Falvey for a spot in the final four, and they are off the line, and we are good to go. And look at Falvey not messing around. Gets the front of the car, but whoa, look at the separation! Look at the separation as Martin Monacot absolutely leaves Falvey for dead. Puts the foot down one more time, and now Falvey starts to look and shortcut the circuit. He's thinking, where is he going? I can't even keep up with this guy. Monacot puts the hammer down one more time and takes it to the line. Wow, Martin Monacot bringing it all out this weekend.
I know Martin Monacot will be happy with whatever result he gets this weekend, but he is going to be on absolute cloud nine down there right now.
So those guys make their way back to the start line and they are ready to rock and roll. You know what, Tomas Falvey, he will be on the radio to spotters saying, what do I do? And they say, well buddy, he's fast. So just be prepared to have that big green Pro Drift machine all over the side of that S15, and they are off the line and ready to go. Falvey to lead out Monacot. Look at Monacot, he's like, I know where you're at, buddy. Look at this from Monacot. Monacot really using the experience that he has. He's been driving for years, and now it all starts to come into effect as Monacot makes a dive onto the door of Tomas Falvey. Falvey keeps his cool though, finds that nice qualifying line. As Monacot dives through the smoke, he needs to keep his cool. As Monacot takes a look at the side of that S15. Oh wow! Monacot throwing big angle at it across the line. I'm not going to have a voice by the end of this. I'm going to be done.
I've got no words. You've got no voice. I've got nothing to say. That was absolutely unbelievable. Even the judges were all clapping in the tower here. That was an amazing run. I mean, that's what we're all here for. They're putting on a show for the crowd, and you can see that they're both really pushing it. Martin Monacot especially has absolutely brought that.
You know what, for me, Martin Monacot, it just never ceases to amaze me. Always, some weekends he comes out and he just doesn't really stick it. He just doesn't really find the flow. Some weekends he comes out and that guy can drive that car like you've never seen anyone drive a car before. He really finds his form. Ladies and gentlemen, as they get out of the car, hit him with a wall of sound. Give it up for Martin Monacot and Tomas Falvey.
Results are coming in.
Oh, look at that! And Monacot gets the win. No messing around. Monacot gets the win. and he finds himself in the final four. Huge round of applause to Tomas Falvey. Judges, can we get, this is just getting crazy now.
You can take it.
Me?
Yeah, take it from me.
Right, well, basically on the first run we've got Tomas Falvey making a massive error and having a straighten in the chase position between clip 1 and clip 2, giving Martin Monacot the 10-0 advantage. And then going into the second run, Martin Monacot was literally just all over Tomas Falvey. It was an absolutely amazing chase run. Martin Monacot taking the win.
So there we go. Martin Monacot getting the win and moving through. He is in the final four, absolutely buzzing. He's got 2 opportunities to get on that podium. But first up, who will he be facing off against? On the line, Hugh Savile to take on the man that's travelled all the way from Latvia, Christian Birkhoffs. But let me tell you something. This isn't just a story of travel. This isn't just a story of who come farther than the other guy. Hugh Savile right now sits on that line thinking, is this happening? I finished second on the podium yesterday in the Pro-Am class. Now I'm sitting in the Grade 8 with a shot to get on the podium in the Pro class. Not only that, but his clutch is going. He says, I don't even know if I'm going to make 2 runs. Can he do it? Can he take down the Latvian and can he get on that Pro podium? Well, we're about to find out. It will be Hugh Savile to lead out Christian Birkhoffs for a place in the final four, and Birkhoffs on the back bumper, no messing around. The Latvian means business. Hugh Savile though, nice and wide into the outer zone too, but look at Christian Birkhoffs, again makes that dive, and the Latvian knows business, but he sacrifices outer zone 3 to try and gain proximity. Hugh Savile though on that absolutely brilliant lead line. Birkhoffs sees the door wide open and seizes the opportunity to make the dive, and across the line they go.
Amazing drive from both there. That was absolutely breathtaking. This is exactly what we're here for at this stage, is to see that kind of battle. Birkhoffs really putting the pressure on Savile there. He puts the pressure on everyone, doesn't he? He's really kind of... He's strong.
I was just going to say,
yeah,
Christian Birkhoffs,
really
he doesn't care who it is.
No.
He's going to stick it to the door. He's going to stick it to the door. He doesn't care who it is. He just wants to win. They're back on the line, and it looks like we are ready to go. It will be Birkhoffs now to lead out Savile. Can Savile repay the favour? Can he gain that proximity? The Birkhoffs applied to the side of that little Toyota Corolla. Here we go. Oh, wow! And I could see that coming from a mile away. A huge mistake there for Christian Birkhoffs. Hugh Savile says, wow, the door's open. Can I take the opportunity to dive onto the door? But the Latvian says, no chance. I'm going to try and drive away from you now, trying to gain some distance. Christian Birkhoffs finds himself back on that qualifying line. No proximity so far from the Welshman, as Christian Birkhoffs puts it down and pulls it across the line.
Epic drive from the pair again, but is that wobble from Birkhoffs at the beginning going
to... You could see it coming. You could see that mistake coming all the way up the hill. You could see where his position was, and it just looked like the car didn't flick. He looked like he went for a flick and it just didn't react, and he had to pull the handbrake in a straight line. Judges are going to crucify him on that initiation.
Yeah, but I mean, fair play for getting it back on the line he wanted and putting the power back down. But yeah, that mistake at the beginning I think is going to be detrimental, really.
Yeah, that mistake in the beginning is going to be absolutely detrimental to his score. As you can see him pulling up, Hugh Savile, he managed to make 2 runs. If he gets through this, he's got to make that car last another couple more battles and get himself into that final. Can he get himself into that final? He's got to go through Martin Monacot to get it. Christian Birkhoffs sits patiently in the car waiting the decision from the judges. And here we go, decision is in, left for Savile, right for Birkhoffs. Oh, Carl. Oh, wow! The Pro-Am driver, Hugh Savile, gets the win! Hugh Savile gets the win and takes Christian Birkhoffs out of it. Guys, we're going to have to throw it to you. The Pro-Am driver really throwing his weight around now in that Pro class. So there we go. Judges giving our pro driver, look, if he gets on the podium, that means he gains his pro licence, and Hugh Savile, I mean, what a credit to UK drifting. This guy is incredible. Right, we move it along to the next battle of the day. It will be Robin Neeson, sorry, to take on Oliver Evans. Now, let me tell you something before we send these guys off the line. Oliver Evans has been to Ireland a number of times to battle the Irish. It's like he has a little bit of a grudge with them. He likes to go over there and cause trouble. He's a small guy with a big attitude. He's a big personality as well, and when he's behind the wheel, he's an even bigger character. He's a demon. But let me tell you, he causes trouble when he's in Ireland. And right now, everybody in Ireland will be rooting for Robin Neeson to take down Oliver Evans. Can Neeson do it? Well, we're about to find out. On the line, Robin Neeson is going to lead out Oliver Evans, your second place qualifier, to take on your seventh place qualifier. Evans on the back bumper, or what is left of the rear end of that 180 of Neeson. And look at this. Oh, but a big error from Evans in the middle of the circuit. Robin Neeson not on the correct line though. He washes way down. Oliver Evans finds himself back into it now, onto the side. Oh, and a problem again for Oliver Evans. Oliver Evans caused himself nothing but issues. He makes a last ditch attempt to dive through the smoke. He gets onto the door of Robin Neeson's car, but Neeson says, no way, buddy, this is mine.
Unbelievable. The Irish fans are going to be right behind Neeson with that one, aren't they? Got a thumbs up from Neeson there. He must be very pleased with that run.
Neeson will be over the moon with that. We're just taking a quick look at the replay here. Look at that big error from Evans there in the middle of the circuit. Neeson not on the perfect line. He does drop down massively there. He does get it back out onto that qualifying line. But look at this for Evans.
Another
completely
error.
Straight. Has to reinitiate. Yeah. But was Robin Neeson in the middle of the circuit? It was discussed in briefing, and if the lead driver wasn't on that wide line, if he shut the door, it would be down to the lead car. Looks like the judges are happy and they are almost ready to run. I don't even know what is going to happen now, but we are ready to go. Oliver Evans to lead, Robin Neeson to give chase. And look at these cars, absolutely battered. War machines on the line, ready to go. And Neeson now, look, tucks up onto the back bumper. Nice initiation from Evans, nice and close to the wall, but big separation opens up already as Evans finds that perfect qualifying line. But here comes Robin Neeson. Robin Neeson put the foot down then and gains so much ground again, makes a big dive onto the door of the VP Racing driver's car. Whoa, wow, almost contact on the transition. Neeson sacrificing the line. Oh, Evans! Evans shuts it down. Neeson arm out the window and across the line. Driftland makes some noise.
We see it every time. Anything, literally anything can happen with this. Evans just looks so strong in that run, and then all of a sudden he shuts it down.
Wow, so
Neeson's
Oliver Evans, yeah, Oliver Evans heads straight back to the pits. And judges want to see a replay of this one. As you can see him coming off the line. Nice initiation from Oliver Evans. Close to the wall and then dials it away. Very, very nice lead line right up to this point. You can see Robin Neeson. Well, you can't see Robin Neeson, but Robin Neeson, look, makes the attack here. Gets nice and close up onto the side of Oliver Evans' car. Looks like there's no contact from where I am. Very shallow angle from Neeson. Look, and then he starts to dial it on. But what has happened to Oliver Bolton? Did he DB the tyre? No, he's still got all four tyres on. Was there contact? Is that what the judges are looking for? They're looking for a little bit of contact from Neeson and Evans.
I didn't think I saw any contact, but the judges might well be.
Oh no, look, they're miles away. It looks like they were absolutely door on door, but there's a little bit of separation there. And you can see here, Oliver Evans goes for the transition back. No contact. Look how close Robin Neeson is on that transition. And look at that, completely straight.
Yeah,
and no contact. Yeah, Robin Neeson doesn't touch Oliver Evans' car.
I think he straightened up a lot there.
And then look, completely gets out of it. So what has happened to Oliver Evans' car? We're trying to find out. Oliver Evans has made his way back into the pit area. And you know what, but when I see the replay, I was thinking maybe there's contact, maybe I missed some contact, but from all the different camera angles we've got, there isn't any contact. Robin Neeson just literally bringing a fight. Look at that, wheel on wheel as he pushes Oliver Evans into the outer zone 4. Look at that.
And it could just be the pressure from Neeson. It could just be the pressure from Neeson coming out of there, because when he's transitioned, he's gone very straight. And so he hasn't obviously come out of that with enough angle, and maybe just the pressure of Neeson behind him has just forced him to shut off, but that does seem a little bit...
Well, the decision is in, and I'm pretty sure which way this one's going to go. Slalom left for Neeson, right for Oliver Evans. And there we go. Gaz says Neeson, Carl says Neeson, and Brad says Robin Neeson. Robin Neeson gets the win. And judges, we need to talk to you about that one. Do you guys know where Oliver Evans disappeared to?
Right, if we look at the first run there, it was the case that Oliver Evan actually initiated before the start line in the chase position, which is something that we said that the lead driver had to initiate after the chase driver had to initiate after the lead driver. So that deducted points as it was there. Evans then went through to clip 3. Yep, clip 3. To make a mistake, and he straightened. On the second run there, where Evans was lead, it's pretty apparent that he straightened on the transition there and then shut it down, so therefore Neeson took the win.
So there we go. Oliver Evans knocking himself out of competition there, and makes his way back to pit. Still not sure what happened there to Oliver Evans, would love to find out. And we move it along to the next battle of our Grade 8. This is for the final spot in our final 4. On the line will be the Lithuanian lunatic, the smoke machine himself, your current points and championship leader, Aramis Forsscallas, to take on the young gun, the fresh blood, the rookie in the pro class, Oliver Bolton. Oliver Bolton qualifying in 6th place, Forsscallas up there in 3rd. Forsscallas to lead, Bolton to give chase, as Bolton got what it takes to hang with the big boys. For 2019, they are off the line and they are good to go. Look at this, Bolton knows he's fast, he has to get onto the back bumper. Nice initiation from Forsscallas, but look at Oliver Bolton. Oliver Bolton's not messing around, he's taking a shallow line, he's going to find himself whack on the door, almost contact. Bolton not messing around. Can he get himself into the fight again? As Forsscallas puts foot to floor now, starts to smoke out the young gun. Bolton is like a dog with a bone, he's not giving up, he knows Forsscallas can be beaten, but can he take him down? As Forsscallas puts it to the wall and across the line, and Bolton did a very good job for a rookie driver in his first year.
An excellent job. I mean, can you imagine the pressure of going up against Aramis Forsscallas? I don't think I could handle it.
Just incredible. Look, he's a rookie driver in the pro class. He finished, just high enough in the points last year in the Pro-Am class to make his way into the pro class. He said to me, I don't know if I'm ready for this. These guys don't mess around. There's no mistakes. They are the business end of the deal. And Aramis Forsscallas there, well, he looked out of his window and all he see was a purple S13 that said Funk Motorsport on the side, and he thought, this kid is not messing around.
I bet he absolutely did. I bet Aramis Forsscallas was like, where did this guy come from?
Well, look, Aramis Forsscallas now has to chase down Bolton, and word is Oliver Bolton's car is pretty seriously fast around here. We know that Forsscallas' car makes a lot of smoke, but has he got the grip to keep up with Oliver Bolton? We're about to find out. Bolton now sits on the line in the lead position. Is the pressure going to be too much for the young gun, or can he pull it out of the bag once again? Off the line, Bolton to lead, Forsscallas to give chase. And look at Forsscallas, he then realises how fast Bolton is. Oh, a nice initiation, Bolton onto the wall. Unbelievable, but Forsscallas now finds himself in the middle of the circuit. Bolton shy on outer zone 2 though. And now he looks for that qualifying line as Oliver Bolton makes his way around that outer zone. Looks for outer zone 4, puts the foot down, but Forsscallas is all over the back end, that Funk Motorsport S13. As Forsscallas now getting lost as Bolton puts the foot down and starts to pull away from Aramis Forsscallas. What is going on?
I don't think Oliver Bolton could have hoped for a better run there, really. That was really, really strong go. Let's see what the judges have to say about the whole
Well, I think the judges are going to want to see a replay of this one before we go anywhere, and this is very, very good stuff from Oliver Bolton. Like I say, the rookie in the pro class this year. Look at this initiation, no regard to that car, onto the wall, nice initiation, but Forsscallas finds himself in the middle of the track. Both guys have a little wobble. Bolton sacrifices out of zone 2 there, but then gets himself back on that qualifying line. Forsscallas starts to pull some sort of proximity, but look at this. Bolton dives across the track, big snappy transition on angle, and then drives away. And look at Forsscallas, you can see him off throttle trying to pedal that car. Ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way up, give him a round of applause for Oliver Bolton and Aramis Forsscallas. The rookie and the points leader.
That's got to be the best battle we've seen.
That has got to be one of the hard-fought battles. That is a young guy coming into this class and saying, I ain't messing around this year. They put me in this class for a reason. That's because I'm going to be the best one day, and I'm going to be the best by beating the best. And he said Forsscallas is the guy to beat. Well, did he beat him, or did he get knocked out by him? Aramis Forsscallas on the left, Oliver Bolton on the right. Who is going to take it through, or is it going to be a one more time? Carl says Forsscallas. Gaz says Forsscallas, and Aramis Forsscallas gets the win. Give him a round of applause. Oliver Bolton, ladies and gentlemen, your pro rookie, absolutely rocking. Judges, we throw it to you. A very, very good battle there from them guys.
Oh, is that us? Okay, so on the first run there, we got Forsscallas on the lead. Tremendous lead run, really, really good. Lots of smoke, lots of angle. Bolton just trying to run the narrow line, cutting the track, trying to catch up, and 7-3 to Forsscallas. And then on the second run, Bolton missed clip 2, decent entry on 1, missed clip 2. Forsscallas done really well to follow Bolton's untidy line and still retain proximity. So 7-3 again for Forsscallas, so Forsscallas gets the win.
So there we go, that is the decision from our judges, and you know what, I think Oliver Bolton's going to get in that car on the way home and he's going to say that was a good weekend away drifting. We keep the action moving on here though, and we are ready to kick off our final 4. Things now are going to get even hotter in Driftland.
Is it even possible?
It is possible, because these guys now have battled all the way through to the final 4. This isn't messing around. This hasn't been messing around all day. This has been the serious end of the business. This is for a spot in the final. Who is going to take it through to the final, or who is going to play off for 3rd and 4th place? On the line, Martin Monacot to lead, Hugh Savile to lead, Martin Monacot to give chase, and the Pro-Am driver now looking, could he take the podium?
It's in his sights, isn't it? It's so close.
It is so close. They're on the line ready to go. It will be Hugh Savile, the Pro-Am driver. 2nd place finish yesterday. He's looking for the podium here in the Pro class, but he's got to get through Monacot first. Here we go, off the line, Hugh to lead. Monacot onto the back end of that little Corolla. Oh, and separation already. Hugh Savile finds that nice qualifying line, but here comes Martin Monacot. Martin Monacot looking for the side of that little Corolla. Look at that, it's like little and large. You almost lose that A86 as Martin Monacot transitions out, back up onto the door again, and Martin Monacot pedalling that big Toyota Chaser as they come across the line. Incredible.
That's the kind of action we're looking for. My heart's in my mouth watching these guys, not only because we're at this level of the day, but the fact that you've got Savile as a Pro-Am driver. I'm on edge. You're waiting to see what's going to happen.
It is on edge. It is very much on edge, because look, these guys, whatever happens, these are going to have another battle for the podium. So these guys are going to have a 3rd and 4th place playoff at some point. Whoever loses this, whoever wins this goes through to the final. They're going to be in the final of round 2 here at Driftland, and what a weekend it's been. What a story. We started off with brilliant sunshine on Friday. We've ended up on rain today. Now it's bone dry. It's a little bit windy. Yeah, it's a little bit cold, but I can deal with that because the track is dry and they're getting us some seriously good battles. Our judges just taking a look at the replay, and the wind once again picks up, blowing the paperwork in the tower all around the place, and we get the thumbs up from our start line marshal Toby. And we are ready to go for the second half of the run, and it will be now Monacot to lead and Hugh Savile to give chase. This is for a spot in the final. Who is going to take it through to the final? Look at this from Savile. It means the world to him right now as he jumps onto whatever's left of the back end of that Toyota Chaser. And Martin Monacot absolutely flying as Monacot comes screaming past the judging tower. Now he looks for that perfect qualifying line. A little bit of separation opens up as Monacot dials on the angle, transitions into the middle of the circuit. Hugh jumps through the smoke, shortcuts the circuit to try and gain proximity. And you can't even see the Corolla as they take it across the line. How did Hugh Savile even finish that run? He was in that smoke trail from clipping point 5. He was lost.
I want to be able to see where he was going all. I bet he just pinned it and hope for the best. I think that's what I would have done.
Muscle memory, that's what it comes down to, muscle memory.
He's done this track a lot over this weekend, and he will be knowing his way around like the back of his hand. So we're going to watch a replay.
Ladies and gentlemen, as they come past you, show your appreciation Martin Monacot and Hugh Savile. Hugh Savile, a Pro-Am driver. You know what, yesterday he probably never thought this was even going to happen. He finished on second place on the podium yesterday. He's already got a trophy to take home, and he has battled tooth and nail all the way through to get into the final four of the competition here today at round 2. And what a drive. Monacot though, what an absolute screaming drive from Martin Monacot. The judges just taking a look back at the replay again, making sure they don't miss a thing. And the decision is in. Who is going to take it through to the final?
I'm nervous waiting for these results to drop.
Slide it left for Savile, slide it right for Monacot. Who is going to be in the final? Oh, 1 vote for Monacot. 2 votes for Monacot. Martin Monacot gets the win. Martin Monacot gets the win. Ladies and gentlemen, what a drive. Judges, we send it back to you. Incredible stuff there from both those guys. And what a drive from the Pro-Am driver. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, straight from our head judge's mouth. Straight from our head judge's mouth there, Brad McQueen breaking it down for you, and that just means there is one more spot in the final awaits. And who is it going to be? It's going to be Aramis Forsscallas to take on Robin Neeson. Robin Neeson, you know what, he's probably thinking, what a weekend. I've got the ferry in about 2 hours' time. How am I going to make it from Scotland to the ferry to get home in time? Ready for work on Monday morning? Well, don't worry about that, Robin, because first up, you have got to take on Aramis Forsscallas, and we can see those guys at the back of the circuit making their way to the start line, ready to warm their tyres. And here we go. Forsscallas to take on Neeson. So as Robin Neeson pulls to the line, he eagerly awaits his competitor, Aramis Forsscallas, your current points leader, and the guy that looks absolutely unstoppable in the UK. He's been unbeaten so far in the UK. Can he continue? Can he do what Dwayne McKeever did last year, and that was continue an unstoppable force? We are ready to go. It will be Neeson to lead out Aramis Forsscallas for a spot in the final. Who's going to take it through to the final? They are off the line and we are good to go. Forsscallas wants this, he's hungry for it. Look at it. Well, he dives onto the back bumper very, very late, and a little wobble from Neeson there on initiation. Oh, wow, but look at Aramis Forsscallas as he fires that car up onto the side. Oh, but a wobble from Forsscallas in the middle of the circuit there. Neeson, you can see him absolutely pedaling that car, trying to put down every inch of power to try and escape the Lithuanian lunatic now. As Forsscallas puts that car back onto the door one more time, and across the line, Scotland makes some noise.
Forsscallas is the actual last person you want on your door, because he just puts so much pressure on it. He's so aggressive with his driving style. Honestly, it would scare anyone.
He is certainly someone to be contended with, and you can just see him down at the back of the paddock there, opening the door of the car, trying to let the smoke out. We're taking a quick look at the replay for you guys at home and in attendance on the big screen. And the attack, look at the attack from Aramis Forsscallas. It's incredible. Look, he just keeps jabbing, just keeps going, just keeps diving, making that push, trying to get nice and close to Robin Neeson. Robin Neeson on a very nice lead line, though, giving Aramis Forsscallas the opportunity to get nice and close. And here we go. This could be the final run in our final four. One of these guys is going to be going through to the final. One of them's going to play off against Hugh Savile for the 3rd and 4th place spot on the podium. Judges give their thumbs up. Everybody in the tower gives their thumbs up. We are good to go. It will be Robin Neeson to lead out Aramis Forsscallas for a spot in the final. And here we go. They're off the line. And look at Neeson, straight onto the side though, onto the side he goes. As Neeson looks for the side of that E46 BMW, and now it lost in the smoke is Robin Neeson as Forsscallas starts to pull some distance between him and the Irishman. Forsscallas dives across the middle of the circuit. Robin Neeson shortcuts the track ever so slightly to gain some proximity, but it hasn't paid off just yet. Forsscallas absolutely flying as he takes that car across the line.
Robin Neeson there didn't quite have the proximity as a chase car that Aramis Forsscallas did, but I think he's done absolutely amazing to keep up with that driver.
Yeah, Robin Neeson, look, he put everything he had out there, and he said, I'm going to do everything I can to try and beat Aramis Forsscallas. I'm not sure what way it's going to go. It's a very good lead and chase from both our guys. Give them a round of applause as they come past you guys down there on the steps. Aramis Forsscallas and Robin Neeson. And as those guys pull up here, we're going to wait the decision from our judges.
For me, this could really go either way, but Neeson really has brought his A game there, and I think he's given it everything he's got to try and beat Forsscallas.
He certainly has. Look at that, and a warm reception for Aramis Forsscallas. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Aramis Forsscallas and Robin Neeson as they get out of the car. Look at that, what a battle. Those guys having a lot of fun. But we need to know who is going to take it through to the final and who is going to play off for third and fourth place. And the decision is in. Slide it left for Neeson, right for Forsscallas. One vote from Gaz. Oh, and Forsscallas gets it! Forsscallas gets the win and advances through to the final. Robin Neeson now plays off against Hugh Savile for the third and fourth spot on the podium. Judges, we head to you.
Yeah, right. On the lead run, Robin Neeson actually made a bit of a correction after initiation as well, so it lost a point for that, but we'd also docked a point for Forsscallas on entry as he actually initiated before the lead car, which we told him we're not to do. Then over the run I scored it as 6-4 due to the amazing proximity from Forsscallas. Going on to the second run, Forsscallas run a really good lead line, and Neeson was cutting the track between 3 and 4 to try and gain proximity, but never really gained the proximity. Forsscallas having the better line, gaining an advantage and taking the win overall.
So there you have it. Gaz Taylor just telling us at the tail of the tape there, and Aramis Forsscallas continue his run, but he's going to face off against Martin Monacot for the final. The final battle of the day will be Martin Monacot to take on Aramis Forsscallas, and you know what? I wouldn't count Martin Monacot out of the fight, because I reckon if anyone could take him down right this weekend, Martin Monacot is looking strong. We've got a couple of minutes wait just as we get our third and fourth place playoff ready to go. It will be Hugh Savile to take on Robin Neeson. Obviously Robin Neeson just competing in that battle against Forsscallas. He's going to go back into the pits, refuel, retires, regroup with his crew and work out exactly what they need to do to beat Hugh Savile. Hugh Savile, top 4. So I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say I think Hugh Savile now, I think he gains a pro license, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to clarify that with the head honcho when he comes back into the tower. But I'm pretty sure that Hugh Savile now he gives the opportunity to take that pro license. If he does, fair play. If not, well, what a contender and what a guy to look for as we move up the ranks in UK drifting. As you can see there, our battle tree, the tail of the tape, it tells you exactly how this weekend played out. And the 4 guys left to go, just 3 spots on the podium though, Sarah. It's looking good.
It's going to be absolutely epic. I'm on the edge of my seat. I really
am. You've got a whole seat. You've got a whole seat, and you've not even used half of it all today.
I really am. I'm just so excited to see this. The battles this afternoon have been fantastic. I think everyone was a little bit down about all of the rain earlier on, and it kind of knocked everyone's confidence out there a little bit. And now it's dried up. Everyone's on fire again.
Everyone is on fire. You know what? We're talking about seats. I've got a seat. I haven't even sat on it all day.
No, you haven't sat down.
Because the action has been so good. I've been bouncing around.
You've been dancing around
all day.
Nothing
all
to do with
day.
being cold.
Just trying to keep warm, keep warm. But also, you know, the energy here, the vibe here at Driftland is incredible. Like I said, I love coming to Driftland. The crowd is one of the best crowds in the UK because these guys make some noise. Driftland, make some noise. See what I mean? We're just warming you guys up because in a minute I'm going to get you guys to raise the roof. I want to leave here with goosebumps on my arm, and not because I'm cold, Sarah, not because I'm cold, because I want Driftland to make some noise for the final. So I'm not going to make you make too much noise just yet. I'm going to save you for that. As you can see, a very, very good crowd here at Driftland. And look, I can't thank everybody here in attendance enough for coming out and supporting UK drifting, because it's fine to sit indoors and watch it on live stream. It's fine to sit on your comfortable sofa with a nice hot cup of tea with your feet up and a big jar of biscuits.
That sounds
but it's
lovely.
even better to come out and watch this event in real life.
It is. You don't get anywhere near the amount of atmosphere you get when you actually come to the live event. You know, it supports drifting. And get yourselves here. There's so much to do, there's so much to see. You've not only got the drifting, you've got the great merch you can take away from the day. Forget about the rain, just get yourselves out.
Yeah, forget about the weather. Look, we've got ponchos, we've got drift games here.
We've got ponchos.
We've got ponchos. We've
They're
got
quite
drift
trendy,
games.
right?
We've got drift games selling merchandise over in the pits. We've got Wharton Motorsport selling merchandise in the pits. We've got our own merchandise stall selling our own merchandise here. We've also got the Driftland shop selling merchandise. So, no excuses. No excuses, you know, to get out there and buy some merchandise, keep yourself warm. And talking about merchandise,
I've seen a couple of freebies.
You've seen some freebies?
You know where they are?
No.
Hell Performance.
Hell Performance.
I've seen them giving away a couple of freebies down there.
They certainly have. And our man Matt went down there earlier and had a chat with Steve from Hell Performance.
So we're here with Hell Performance, one of our title sponsors for the series. They have absolutely everything you could want here to obviously help you out with your oil lines, brake lines. But the main thing they are here for this weekend is race support. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Matt.
Good. Right, so what are you doing to help the drivers out this weekend?
Basically, if they got a problem with any of their brake or clutch lines, we can make them up on site, free of charge, to get them back out on the track.
That is absolutely incredible. I see all the different coloured lines here. I mean, box of bits. It's amazing. How long does it take you to make a lineup?
Only about 5 minutes. We use stainless fittings, make them all in-house, UK made. Yeah, everyone's got them here. We're pretty popular in the drift scene, but we just like to come to these sort of weekends, meet the people who use our products, and help them out.
It's absolutely amazing. Love the dedication. Thank you very much.
No worries. Cheers,
Get out of hell.
Well, there you go, Matt down there with Steve from Hell Performance, and what a guy, what a sponsor to have on board. You know, that support, that track support is just invaluable, because these guys, look, these are drift cars. We've seen what they do to each other. They just smash these cars into each other constantly. So damage happens. It happens every single moment of this day. And to have someone like Steve on board from Hell Performance helping out these guys and giving back to the drift scene is just incredible. So a huge thank you to Hell Performance, and obviously not even Hell Performance, all of our sponsors. Let's say a huge thank you to all of our sponsors. Let's say thank you to Tarmac Sports, Corbo, Competition Clutch, Simpson, Samco, M-Tech Brakes, Funk Motorsport, obviously Hell Performance, OBP Motorsport, and Yellow Speed Racing and AM Details. Yeah, those guys, without those we will not be able to run this live stream. We wouldn't be here. And do you know what, before we head into that final battle, before we kick off our final four, Matt had a chat yesterday with Martin Monacot, so let's have a see how that went down.
Here with pro driver Martin Monacot, driving for Pro Drift Academy. How's the conditions out there, man?
It's very wet, but because it is consistently wet and we had a lot of rain last night, to be honest, it's better that way. It's quite if you do a nice line, it's all right. It's not too bad. Obviously, it's slower than the dry, but it's pretty good.
Also, are you hoping for the dry this afternoon?
I don't know, because in a way we'd be better at staying like this. Obviously we all love the dry, but I don't think it's going to dry up quick enough, so I suppose I'd prefer it stay like this, get used to it, and we know where we are.
Perfect, thank you very much, good luck out there.
Well, how wrong could Martin Monacot be when he gave that interview? Yeah, it was dry, it was wet all the way through practice, but when it got to qualifying, things changed drastically. And Martin Monacot, look, I think he's done very well. To say that was a man that wanted to drift in the wet all day, I think he's done well in the dry.
He's done amazingly in both conditions, which is absolutely great to see. A lot of people have really struggled with the transition from wet to dry, and vice versa this weekend, and he's really shown a lot of strength through both, which is just fantastic.
He certainly has, yeah, and what a guy. He's made his way all the way to the podium. He's going to face off against Forsscallas, but the first battle that we will get underway as soon as we get Robin Neeson onto the circuit will be Hugh Savile to take on Robin Neeson. And it does sound like Robin Neeson is making his way through the pitch, yeah, and he's getting waved onto the circuit, and here comes Robin Neeson. So we're going to get Robin Neeson and Hugh Savile down to our warm-up area, get those guys scrubbing them tyres and get ready to kick it off. So there we go, you can see Robin Neeson making his way to the start line. Hugh Savile there to the back, and Robin Neeson's going to warm the tyres up in the back of the car. ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed yourselves this weekend, if you're sitting at home and you think, I want to get along to a BDC event, well, tickets are online right now for round 3 of the British Drift Championship in 3 weeks' time. They're going back to Teesside. They're going back to Teesside, and I don't know what the layout is, Sarah. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. I have other commitments, unfortunately, so I'm going to be missing out on this action. I'm going to miss out on the tower. I'm going to miss out with all my friends, and I'll miss out on these UK crowds. But I'll be watching. Don't you worry about that.
That's good stuff. Yeah, get online, get your tickets. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's my home stomping ground, Teesside, so I'm excited already.
So it's only 2 minutes up the road for you. That's good then.
It's like about 6 minutes from my house.
Oh, God, don't rub it in. Ladies and gentlemen, on the line for 3rd and 4th place for the final step on the podium, we are ready to do battle. It will be Hugh Savile to take on Robin Neeson. But Driftland, let me ask you one question. Are you ready for the 3rd and 4th place playoff? No, not good enough. There was a better cheer earlier. Listen, the sun has just come out. The sun has graced us with its presence for the final 4. Driftland, are you ready for the 3rd and 4th place playoff? That's better. I expect more in the final. Toby, send the cars on the line. Hugh Savile will chase down Robin Neeson for the final step on the podium. Who's going to take it? Here we go! Look at the initiation from Savile. He's on the wall. Oh, wow! Robin Neeson's in the gravel. And Hugh Savile shuts it down. Wow. Fireworks, Sarah. Oh wow, look at the door on Robin Neeson's car. Look at the door on Robin Neeson's car. Incredible stuff. That was big impact. I didn't even catch the impact. Hugh Savile was so far into the side of Robin Neeson, I didn't know what was going on right there.
No, it happened so quickly. It literally went wrong so quickly right after initiation.
Watch this. I think it was a contact with the wall from Hugh Savile. Just put him into the door. Look at that nice initiation.
Yeah, he's touched the wall there.
And look at that, look, bam, hits, pushes him, hits him.
He's took a wig with him.
Wow, so big contact there from Hugh Savile into the side of Robin Neeson's car. Robin Neeson makes his way back to the start line, and Hugh Savile stranded in the middle of the circuit. Our marshal just trying to find out exactly what happened. And again, our judges are not getting an easy break. They're not getting easy. They're not going to have it easy at all. Oh, and it does look like Hugh Savile is going to need recovery. So could we see a 5-minute rule? Could we see a 5-minute rule called from Hugh Savile? Wait, I'm just waiting to find out. So Hugh Savile there looking for some recovery back to the pits. We're just trying to find out exactly what is going on with that car. Can Hugh Savile make it back out? And we're going to have to, we'll talk to the judges, I'll talk to our marshals. It's very complicated now. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way off the circuit. What a drive from Hugh Savile this weekend. Incredible stuff. That guy putting his car on the line for your entertainment. And we're just, as you can see, our safety scrutineer over there now, just trying to find out what is going on. Can Hugh Savile remain in competition? He does get a 5-minute rule now. He's in to the top 4, but can he get? Is there, what's wrong with the car? That's what we need to know. Is he going to continue? Is there a big problem with the car?
Hopefully it's going to be something. It's a real easy fix, and he's got that 5 minutes, and hopefully he can play that to his advantage. It'd be great to see him get back out there and take another chance.
Right, so we're just trying to find out exactly what's going on. As you can see, Robin Neeson down there on the start line. And you can have our start line Marshal Melks just chatting with him. Yeah, our start line Marshal Melks down there just having a chat with Robin Neeson. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told we can confirm it. Hugh Savile is knocked out of competition. He bows out of competition. The car broken. That means Robin Neeson gets a bye run. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes past. Not the way Robin Neeson would have wanted this weekend to go down, but you know what, Sarah? A win is a win, and Robin Neeson will take that trophy back to Ireland, and he'll stand tall for that one.
He'll be so proud of that, but yeah, he will be a little bit disappointed that Hugh Savile couldn't go through with that last run, but that is the way it goes, unfortunately, and Hugh should also be really, really pleased with the way he's done this weekend. I bet he's got a lot further than he ever thought possible.
He certainly has. Look, and you know what? Robin Neeson's one of these guys where he's like, I'll just go for the fun. I'll just go and have a laugh with my friends. And if I make it through, if I get in top 16, I'll be happy. Right now, Robin Neeson has just took the third step on the podium here, round 2 of the 2019 British Drift Championship. And that means one thing. That means we are ready to go to the final. That means that we are ready to see two titans of UK drifting go head to head right now. Warming their tyres and making their way to the start line is Aramis Forsscallas. Let me tell you something about this guy. He doesn't go down without a fight. He has won the last 3 rounds of the British Drift Championship. In 2018, Dwayne McKeever came to the UK and he dominated British drifting. And the only person to stop Dwayne McKeever was Aramis Forsscallas. It took him all year to do it. But the final round of the championship, Aramis Forsscallas, he took the top step on the podium and he said, never again am I going to let somebody come to the UK and top my championship. And you know what? He turned up at round 1 and he took the championship there. He stood on the top step of the podium. But right now, Martin Monacot, an OG, an old school driver, a name in UK drifting, pulls to the line and he says, I'm going to take you down, buddy. This is my championship. You're on my home ground. And here we go, Driftland. Are you ready for the final? Here we go, Forsscallas to lead out Monacot. Look at Monacot! Not messing around. Onto the back bumper goes Martin Monacot. Forsscallas on a perfect wide line as he finds the outer zone 2 now. Martin Monacot looks for the side of their car, absolutely smoked out, but Monacot makes a huge dive onto the door as they get into outer zone 4. Look at Monacot, door on door, transitions through the smoke as Monacot makes a last push onto the side. But the E46 and they go wheel to wheel across the line.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, you couldn't wish for a better component really for Forsscallas on this occasion. Monacot's really brought it all weekend, and this will mean the absolute world to him because he really is out there just to put a smile on his face and a smile on the fans' faces. And if he gets a good result, that's just a bonus for him. So this is going to be, he's going to be on top of cloud 9 right now.
Let me tell you something right now. I have seen some drifting in the last couple of years, and I have seen people try and chase Aramis Forsscallas like that, and nobody puts it to the door like Forsscallas, as anybody else. Of Dwayne McKeever was the only person that put it to the door. Martin Monacot just brought the fight to the Lithuanian lunatic. Before we send these guys for potentially the final run of round 2, Driftland, are you ready for the final run? Toby, send the cars. Here we go. It's Martin Monacot to lead out Aramis Forsscallas. This is for the final step on the podium. Who is going to be crowned the victor of round 2 of the British Drift Championship? Here we go. Look at Forsscallas. Oh, wow. Early initiation from Forsscallas as he goes to dive onto the back end of that Pro Drift car. But no chance. Forsscallas can't even get near Monacot right now. Monacot looks so strong. He slows that car down massively, though, as he looks for outer zone 4. Forsscallas sees the opening, tries to make the dive, but he can't even get in the fight. Forsscallas can't get in the fight as Monacot puts the hammer down and takes it over the line. Driftland makes some noise. Do you know what? I woke up this morning and I looked out the curtain and I see the rain beating down outside my hotel room, and I said, oh God, man, today is going to be a bad day. There is going to be no one at the track. The drifting's going to be slow and tedious, but how wrong could I have been?
I have no words left. That was absolutely unbelievable. It's just indescribable. Monacot, I mean, he's blown me away today, absolutely blown me away.
Absolutely incredible. You know what, after qualifying, when that track started to dry and the sun came out and the wind blew the clouds away, I thought, hold on a minute, this could be an event where we make history again. And boy, have we put it on the line this weekend. We have been battling with weather, we have been battling with live stream commitments, we have been battling from the moment we turned up here. But you know what, above all, we put on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, as those guys get out of their car, hit them with the wall of sound for Martin Monacot and Aramis Forsscallas. Two absolute legends, two gladiators going head to head. There is just one thing to do. Judges, do we have a decision? Oh, they're deliberating it. They don't know. We look over to our head judge. Is he going to look for a replay? Did he see something we didn't see? Or does he have a decision? We are eagerly awaiting that call from our head judge, Brad McQueen.
And they're going to be looking at a replay in order to make the perfect decision.
They're deliberating it, Sarah. They are deliberating. They're looking at replays. They're saying, look, you know, this was so close. This is tooth and nail. Like, look at Monacot's chase. It was absolutely incredible. Martin Monacot is an absolute beast today. Look at that chase. Both guys down there eagerly awaiting to find out if we do have a decision. Or could it be a one more time? Could it go one more time? I don't even know if I could do it one more time. I don't even think I can.
I don't think I can.
I think I'm going to pass out on the floor. I have to roll. They're going to have to pack me up with the gazebo and take me back to Yorkshire and then put me in a post bag and send me back to Essex, because I don't think I could do it. I don't think I've got it in me. I think I'm done. I think this is it. I think that's all I have left in the tank for today. Judges, do we have a decision? Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision. We are going to go to the podium, Sarah. That is it. Round 2 of the 2019 British Drift Championship is decided. And what a day it has been.
It's been unbelievable. I can't even describe. People are going to go to me tomorrow. What happened at the weekend? Was it good? How do you even start to begin
was
to
it
describe?
good? If somebody comes to you and says, was it good, say, you know what, go on YouTube, rewind the live feed, sit there and watch it.
You tell me if it was good.
Yeah, you tell me how good it was. You tell me if it was worth going. You tell me if it was worth the drive to Scotland and bearing that weather for 2 days, and I'll tell you, yes, it was.
It absolutely was. I was the same as you this morning. Looked out the window, saw the weather. I thought, oh, this is going to be a bit of a washout today. But no, this has been a high. The rest of the weekend has as well.
It's been an absolute high. You know what? I am absolutely heartbroken that I am not going to make it to round 3 of the British Drift Championship. You will be joined in the commentary tower by my good friend Ben Manuel, our judge. He'll be stepping out of the judging panel for that weekend, and he'll be joining you in the commentary tower. Unfortunately, my commitments lay elsewhere in the world. Unfortunately, I will be heading to France to Driftmasters European Championship alongside my good friend David Egan. But don't forget, like I said, I'll be watching. I will be watching.
You better be watching.
And I want you and Ben to get Teesside to make some noise. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'm sure we can manage that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just as we prepare our podium ceremonies, we just want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors.
Yeah, we've got OBP Motorsport, Hell Performance, of course, who are here giving free support to the drivers if they need it this weekend, which is absolutely outstanding. We've got Tarmac Sports, Corbo Seats, Competition Clutch, Yellow Speed Racing, Slide Motorsport, AM Details. Without these sponsors, these meetings cannot happen. We thank the sponsors from the bottom of our hearts. Bunker Motorsport, MTEP Brakes, and we do have a few more as well. Samco Sport and Simpson Europe.
So the crowd of media descend onto the edge of the circuit, and there's 3 guys down there that are ready to stand on that podium, and we're almost ready to go. We're almost ready. I'm just waiting for that signal, Sarah, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little secret, Driftland. I've seen the paperwork. I know.
You know? I don't even know.
I know. And let me tell you. No, I won't tell you nothing.
No,
yet.
don't tell us. Keep it a secret for now. Tell me though.
No, I can't tell you. You have to wait. You're gonna have to. I want to see your reaction when everybody here in this whole place finds out, and everybody online finds out. I want that reaction. So, like I said, tickets on sale now for round 3 of the British Drift Championship in 3 weeks' time at Teesside Autodrome. Another layout, a different layout to round 1. We're not going to run it backwards again, I don't believe. I'm not going to be there. Gutted, absolutely gutted. You know, it really sinks home when you come to an event. You know, you're like, oh, it's fine, I'll miss it. And then you come to here and you're with your friends and you get involved with the UK fans, and you're like, man, I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss that so much. And it's going to be one of the only events I've missed in a number of years. So that hits home for me. That's hard. So gutted that I'm not going to be there. But yeah, tickets on sale now for round 3 of the British Drift Championship. If you're sitting at home watching it, don't even check the weather out. Don't think about looking at weather. Just get a ticket, get in your car and come along, because who knew that today was going to end like this? Who knew? When we woke up this morning, they said, oh, it'll be dry by lunchtime, but it just...
You don't know,
we didn't know.
And all the people who didn't turn up this morning because they didn't want to stand in the rain, look what they've missed
Look what they've missed out on. Look what they've missed out on, and it is unbelievable. So as soon as I get the thumbs up from the guys down on the ground that are ready to hand out their trophies, I will be giving you the results. So yeah, almost ready to rock and roll here with our podium celebrations. And Hugh Savile, if you wouldn't mind coming down to the podium, Hugh Savile, it'd be nice to get you in the shot there. You did finish 4th place overall. And oh, he's down there. Look at him. He's like waving. He's like, I'm here. Look, there he is. That's where he was just a Yeah, look what you've done. Look what you've done to the side of that car, Hugh Savile. So I'm looking across at Matt House and he gives me the thumbs up, and you know what that means? That means we are ready to kick it off. And ladies and gentlemen, the first trophy that we are going to hand out today, will be our exciting driver of the day, our Excite Energy hard charger. And that goes to somebody who put their car on the line and they drove beyond their means and they pushed every single boundary today. Ladies and gentlemen, your round 2 hard charger goes to Hugh Savile! Huge round of applause there for Hugh Savile, and if I'm not mistaken, he now gets the opportunity to take that pro licence if he wishes. And you know what, if it was me, I'd say yeah, because I want to mix it with these big boys. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, Hugh just getting his photo taken. A huge congratulations there for Hugh Savile, an incredible drive this weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, not the way that we wanted this one to end, but taking the 3rd step on the podium. Raise the roof for our very own Robin Neeson, ladies and gentlemen! A huge round of applause there for Hugh Savile. That car braking on that run and just not being able to make it back to competition, and Robin Neeson takes 3rd step on the podium. And that means we're down to this. These two guys went hard. They pushed each other all the way to the limit and beyond. Forsscallas unbeaten so far in the UK for the last 3 events. And I can confirm, taking the win at round 2. Give it up for Monacot! Monacot gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Raise the roof for your 2nd place finisher, Forsscallas! Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Monacot, what a drive, absolutely incredible all day. And Martin Monacot tops off the podium here. Sarah, that is it, we're done.
That is almost it, but I've got a little note in the corner of my eye. We've got winners t-shirts available in the shop. Go and get them before they run out, they're awesome.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our podium is done, and round 2 of the 2019 British Drift Championship here at Driftland in Scotland is over. Martin Monacot takes the win, Forsscallas takes 2nd, Robin Neeson takes 3rd, Hugh Savile 4th, and Hugh Savile takes the hard charger of the day. Sarah, from me, from you, from our man Matt House on the ground, from everybody here at Driftland, we'll see you soon at round 3 in Teesside.
We are Funk Motorsport, your heat management specialists. Based in the UK, we strive for perfection, developing thermal products trusted by professional race teams and drivers worldwide. Performance, protection, reliability.
Tarmac Sports.